Hey everyone, welcome to my live. Sorry, I did actually start the live and then I realized my camera wasn't actually even connected to the live stream, so it was just a black screen, which I mean, it is what it is. So some of you might have got confused by that. Anyways, urgent, right? Very, very urgent messages that I have got for you. So we've had the full moon as well, which has happened in the sign of Taurus. It's a blue full moon. So if some of you have been feeling really blue, getting bad dreams, for example, it's a sign. Nothing really is a coincidence in that sense. So we've got the full moon just hanging out here. So just note that if you've had bad dreams, this can also be your ancestors connecting to you as well. There's been a lot of events that have been happening as well. So essentially that is part of it as well. I forgot what the other event is called as well. It happens over Halloween. So let me just see if I can find out what the actual event is. 1 second. Some of you might find, oh yeah, here it is. The Samhain Festival. It's a Gaelic festival marking the end of the harvest season and beginning of winter of darker half of the year. So it's actually held in, well, it begins on the 31st of October. So some of you might be aware of that particular festival. I personally had no idea, but it's really interesting how these things work. And so, yeah, ancestors, pray to them, ask them for guidance, ask them for feedback, ask them for dreams, perhaps on things that we can improve on, or you can improve on, because I think that ancestor worship during this time is probably the strongest time to do so. So that's a big message, okay? Big message, because remember, your ancestors give you knowledge. They pass a lot down to you, whether you know it or not. So it's a good thing to do. So that's the first message that's really coming through, especially in line to this full moon that we've had. The other big message I really want to talk about is shadow work. Okay, so the Taurus full moon was a blue moon, right? As I mentioned, feeling blue. The Taurus full moon, we know Taurus to be a fixed sign, so there's some stubbornness that comes with it. So thinking about things that perhaps you are stubborn in, areas that you are stubborn in. So just be aware, okay, that working on your shadow self can be really powerful during this time. Big message from the universe, shadow work. All right, so that's the other message as well. I'm going to go through some of these messages as well from this book that I have. I'll get onto the title of the book as well. Basically, it's like an oracle book, which isn't that fun. And we'll also see what's coming through as well with some of these divination dice. A lot of you have been really excited and interested in them because they're always hanging out in the background of my videos. But I'm just going to say hello to some of you here as well. Maybe what I've mentioned so far might be something that some of you might have been having, like those dreams that I was talking about. So let's see. Hello everybody. No, it's not a video video premiere. It is a live stream. So yes, hello everybody. I hope you're doing well. Say hello to everyone. I am in the UK, for those of you that are wondering. Hello everyone. I'm trying to go through as many as possible. If I miss out your name, I do apologize. So positive news needed. Well, we will get onto those messages for sure. Okay, hello everyone. Okay, let me just scroll down a little bit more. Sorry if I missed anyone's. I can see them all, but I can't click on all of them because there's so many of them. Okay, right, yep, hello everyone. Okay, so yeah, we've got some messages here as well. I've been having weird dreams that somehow connected to my daily life, not necessarily a nightmare, just very bizarre. True. Bizarre dreams, okay? Take those dreams, write them down, because these are, it's been a very heavy, let's say, weekend in terms of that. So pay attention to your dreams here. Hello, everyone. Okay, so, yeah, so see, when you dream of people passed on, what does it mean? And then you got this message here as well. Yeah, these messages that you're having of people having passed away are your loved ones. See, remember I mentioned right at the beginning, very important message, that worshipping your ancestors at this time is really important, and also those that have passed away. A really, really important time to do so, because the spiritual energies are very high. And so also enjoying their favorite foods and their musics. I mentioned this all in my last live reading as well. Enjoying their favorite stuff is also going to really allow you to feel stronger, and is also going to guide you in the path that you feel you want to go in, because you're connecting to those qualities and those people as well in a spiritual manner. So yeah, you getting all of these sort of dreams, you guys, is not, it is not a bad thing, especially the ones to do with very, very close relatives, loved ones, and also perhaps even seeing like spirit guides, or maybe even anything to do with teeth as well, I will say. Okay, right. We'll get onto those messages as well. I just know that obviously I mentioned that, and some of you here are talking about that as well. I had a dream I was reading tarot cards. See, it's very spiritual, right? Tarot is a form of divination. So you're connecting here to your spirit guides, you're connecting also to your future, to your fate. So also keep that in mind. If you are having dreams about tarot, astrology, if you're seeing planets, if you're seeing Cupid, if you are seeing angels, feathers, birds, flying things. Wow, I'm so descriptive. Butterflies, for example. It showcases transformation, because of course butterflies are to do with that. It also showcases protection. Okay, be aware. For example, even if you have medical dreams where perhaps a doctor comes into your dream, or if you have a bad tooth and you're trying to get it fixed, that also symbolizes protection, newness, right? It's healing also as well. Okay, so yeah, that's what we have for dreams. Hello to all of you that are coming through. Saw yourself in a wedding dress. See, these dreams also are to do with future. It can also be to do with that energy of wanting, true happiness as well. And it's also to do with fairy tales, essentially. Okay, anyway, so that's what we were talking about, right? Is that this weekend is quite heavy in terms of dreams. Well, the weekend has gone, but this week can still be heavy in regards to that as well. All right, so let's get on to the rest of the messages. Okay, so we talked about those first two messages, very, very important. For those of you that are new to the live stream, you can always rewind. I believe you can rewind and watch the beginning of this particular, what do we call it, live stream. Okay, so let's get into this book. The first one that I just kind of went to as I opened this book was this message with my magic wand. Can you see yourself through their eyes? This message, I think, is very, very important from the universe, because essentially it is showing you that how you see yourself, how do I explain this? How you see yourself is very different to how others see you. So sometimes if you're being overly critical of yourself, remember that this is how you see yourself, and we tend to be the harshest critics of ourselves. So just remember that other people can see you in other ways. You've got all of these eyes here, right? And some people will see you as less than what you see yourself. Remember, that's not a reflection of yourself. If someone sees you as less than what you are, it's not a reflection of you, okay? And also, there are some people here that just like look up to you and think, wow, you're such an amazing person. So just remember that this particular message has so many phrases. Like, there are some people that really love you, okay? It could be family members, could be friends. They just think the world of you, right? So think about those people. Put those people first, because what so many people do is that they go chasing after someone who doesn't see them the way that sometimes they see themselves. So what you have to do is understand and flock towards the people that see you in the best light, that also lift you up, because this is not about someone just like kissing you all the time or kissing your feet all the time and telling you like, yeah, you're doing the right thing. But it's really about someone that pushes you to be the best version of yourself. Like, see yourself through those people's eyes, the people that are there for you and that are constantly wanting the absolute best for you. Okay, see yourself. Can you see yourself through their eyes? All right, that's the message there. I know it's like really long-winded, but hey, that's me. Okay, really, really important message. So go towards those people that care for you, that want to uplift you, that are giving you the truth, even if it's really difficult, even if it's really, really hard. Okay, that's what we have here. I am glad you like the wand. Okay, so that is the really strong message here. Some of this can also, I think that also when you do this, you will also understand more of your shadow side as well. Okay, so shadow work, very, very powerful. Again, another message from the universe. I think so far we've got probably about 4 or 5 strong messages from the universe that they really urgently want you to know. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly recap them for those of you that are new to the live stream. First of all, did I forget them all? So first of all, it really is a great time to analyze your dreams and to see what your dreams are telling you. This is a time where ancestors and those that have passed away can come into your energy field very, very strongly. They can try and guide you to see certain things that perhaps you have not been able to see. Remember, I mentioned also that Taurus full moon, you may be feeling blue during this time. Try not to let it get you down. Instead, try and see the aspects of yourself that you need to work on. So shadow work is very, very important. The more you connect to your shadow, the more the universe acknowledges that you're seeing your true self and wants to give you more on your platter. Okay, so that's very, very important. And then, of course, seeing yourself through people's eyes who are there to support you. Okay, that is really important as well. Go towards people who are there for you, that support you, that you don't have to always do so much for, to the point where they don't do anything for you. Really, really important. Okay, so that's what we've got there. Let's see what comments we have, and then we will go to the next little bit. I really like this live stream actually. So let me just see. Oh, also my intention bracelets are also on Etsy as well, if anyone is interested. I'm wearing an evil eye adjustable bracelet, and I'm also wearing the soulmate, twin flame, love, and singles bracelets as well. They help to manifest your intention. So they're always, the link to my Etsy shop is always in the description box of videos. Okay, I just thought I'd mention that because I just put my hand all the way across as I'm trying to read the comment section as well. Remember, dreams also can be what's going on in your subconscious. So someone here put that they're dreaming about their ex a lot. Oh no, I've lost the comment. Okay, here it is. Okay, sometimes what happens is that there can be that spiritual connection, right? Soulmate, twin flame connection. But what also happens a lot of the time is that if you're thinking about this person constantly, all over the time, oh my God, I can't even speak. You guys, I'm so happy that Mercury retrograde ends tomorrow. Can we just celebrate for a second? Coming back to this, what I feel is really significant is that when you're thinking about someone constantly, your subconscious brings it to you regardless. Okay, so say for example during the entire day you're thinking about a sewing machine. The chance of you dreaming, or the chances of you dreaming up a sewing machine when you're sleeping, is very, very high. Okay, so it's just something to keep in mind. But also, yes, there can be that spiritual link, but it also depends how much you're thinking about this person and how much this person is constantly in your mind. I think that's also very important to point out as well. Unless we did a reading, I really wouldn't be able to answer this question, to be honest. So it's just something to keep in mind, because I'd have to connect, to your energy in that sense. And this is a live stream, so I can't answer any private questions. Thought I'd just mention that as well. No private questions that can be answered in a live public setting stream. Okay, let's see what else we have. Oh, yes, I was talking about this as well. Oh, wow, that's really amazing that this comment came through. Yeah, that I just saw that comment. I was like, yeah, wow. Okay. I keep having dreams where it's a movie beginning to end, horror or distress. It can also mean change the channel. Okay, that's very interesting. So if you see something distressing, will you continue to watch it? And also, it's a movie, right? Isn't that interesting? It's a movie. It's not the reality. So there could be certain things in your reality that or your fantasy that you're trying to make into a reality. That can also sometimes be the case with movie dreams. Okay, let's go all the way down. All right, let's see. Okay, what messages we have. Any messages for the week? Okay, let's have a look. I am going to take that on board actually. Okay, let's see. Okay, I want to go a little bit more towards the beginning of the book, because you said this week. So we're going to go a little bit further forward. So we're in Monday. So I thought we'd go the front of the book. So it says here, ground yourself. Okay. So that's really interesting. This, again, it totally goes with the messages that I've been telling you guys, which is to focus on your shadow aspects, to take care of yourself, to surround yourself by the people that really are there for you, that help you to also feel grounded. It's also about grounding yourself as well. So that's a big message for this week as well, because it will still be heavy. You've had that big full moon. You are in a new month. You've got the ending of the Mercury retrograde. You've still got the Mars retrograde. There's a lot of astrological events. Ground yourself. For those of you living in sort of not as colder climates, oh my God, I can't even speak, you guys. Put your feet on earth. Try and feel the earth as well, like literally grounding yourself as well. That can be really great. Let's see what else we have. Okay, I'm going to go to like another. Oh, this is interesting. I posted about this on the community section on my YouTube channel. So if you guys haven't seen that post, it's on my YouTube channel. You can go on the community tab on my YouTube channel and you'll find the post that I posted. So Gabby says here, well, speaking for me, I was in a trauma bond with a narcissist and they can pop up a lot in your thoughts and dreams, unfortunately, but that link can be broken. It's so true. You have to break that link as well. So really the best way to do that is to, I know it sounds strange, but it's really to do with the brain and building those neural pathways and focusing on other aspects and not just that person. So things like no contact, blocking that person, and really just doing things for yourself and doing things that perhaps, at times they put off for you. That's very, very important as well. And yes, part of the trauma bond can really allow you to see this person more and more in your dream as well. But healing it can really help you during this time. Remember, shadow work. Okay, I like how this has really turned into like our dreams, but we are going to move forward. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go to another message. Hold on, I'm just gonna click. Oh, hello. Me too, Amy. I am also from the UK. Okay, let's go to another message. So that was more so one for the week. If someone wants to like ask a question as well, like, oh, what's coming up for me, let me know. I can do one for you, especially. I know a lot of people will want their own messages. Maybe we'll do that at the end. Yeah, that would be quite exciting. I'll let you know. But what I want to do is one for love. Okay, so I've gone here, and this says here, stop the answers you're craving. Oh, stop. The answers you're craving are found in stillness. Okay, so this is the message for love. The universe's message for love. Stop. As soon as I read this, I just wanted to go past the full stop. I was like, stop the answer. And I was like, wait a second, I need to stop. I need to take a bit of a breather. I need to read this properly. So the answers that you're looking for in regards to love are found in stillness. And what this essentially means is if you are constantly doing so much, always for this person, stop, take a breather. You don't have to do so much. Love is effortless. Love is simple. Love is flowing like a river. You don't need to always do so much. Okay, that's the message that I'm really picking up on. It's very, very significant. Okay, stop, take a breather, meditate, go nap. Do something for yourself, cook up a storm, right? Stillness can also be like, doing therapeutic things. A lot of people find cooking very therapeutic. Some people find yoga therapeutic. Some people find it therapeutic to just not do anything. Stillness is really also about not always giving that person your energy and letting them also come to you. That is also stillness as well. Okay, so the answers you're looking for are in stillness. Do they message you back if you pull away? Do they come towards you if you are busy? Or do you have to always go towards this person? Those answers are found in stillness. If they've blocked you, if they've ghosted you, if they've disappeared, stillness, right? The answers are there. Pay attention to those answers, okay? So that's for love. Now I'm going to do for career. We're going to go somewhere along here, okay? So for career, your message here is Discipline is an essential part of creativity and growth. Okay, discipline. This can also be about really setting a morning routine, nighttime routine. It's also really about just taking care of yourself. And discipline to me is a very Saturn energy, which is about structure, organization. And it can also be about really just getting things done, perhaps working a little bit extra so that you can have a bit extra, or to essentially show through energy like, hey, look, I'm here, I'm doing the work, promote me, give me more praise. But not in an egoistic way. This is you wanting to prove yourself, right? So discipline can be very, very powerful. It's also essential, right? And it's also very essential for creativity and growth. It's also really essential in terms of personal growth in career settings and also education as well. Discipline is also realizing that, okay, if I have a deadline, I need to meet that deadline. That allows for growth to happen. If you miss the deadline, you're kind of going backwards, right? In that sense. So discipline is very important. And also discipline, yes, it can be an essential part of creativity because it's what gets things done. Okay, so that's what I see here. Strong message. Sorry, I know I can see your comments as well. Thank you, Abby. I really appreciate that. Okay, so I know I must have missed a lot of your comments because I was doing the messages. Okay. Yep, just answered the message for Korea. Okay. Okay, well, it was not specifically for your career, but it was a career message nonetheless. So let's see what the universe also has. I was going to also do the divination dice as well, so I'll do that, and then we'll come back to this, and maybe I'll pull individually for you guys, all right? So if you have a question that you would like me to answer, it will be answered in the form of a quote from the Daily Oracle book, okay? Not with tarot, because I offer tarot readings, but this is obviously not going to be me answering, the questions in that sense, but I can give you a quote, right? I can give you a quote for your questions, but we'll do that right at the end. Okay, I'm not going to do that right now because I still want to get into the actual messages as well. But yeah, keep one in your mind and continue to watch the live stream. Because towards the end, I'll probably do some pulls for some of you. That's actually quite interesting because it's personal in that sense as well. Okay, so let's just go for the universe. Okay, so from the universe, we have here conviction is a light that can never be blown out. Isn't that such a powerful message? It can never go out. It's always there. Conviction is always present. Okay, so just always note that. I think that that's a very strong message. Let's go to another universe message. Stop. Notice how you're feeling first. Very important message. I see this actually with a lot of people who go through things like trauma bonds. And what that essentially is when you get trapped in the high highs and the low lows of a situation that just keeps you stuck in a situation. And it's actually a relationship or relationships can be in the forms of friendships and family members and also love. But it is psychologically this place that somebody keeps you in where you're stuck between the high highs and the low lows. And it's just like something that you just can't get out of. So first of all, realize how you're feeling, right? Realize your true soul's feelings. And that is very, very important. So that can help you in how you respond. It can allow you to see what you need to work on. It can allow you to see what you want to do and what you don't want to do, right? I see this a lot as well with people that are in no contact. Sometimes they just get this urge to break no contact and want to, communicate with someone, and that's totally fine. So that's your choice. But a lot of the times they say oh, I wish I just slept on it. I wish I just gave it a couple of days, So stop. Notice how you're feeling first. Notice how also the other person treats you or how your circumstances are treating you as well. Take care of you. Okay. So we're going to go to the divination dice. Like I mentioned, guys, I will get onto pulling some messages for you guys as well, okay? But as I want to do this, I just want to get first and foremost to the reading aspects of getting you these messages. Okay, so I'm going to use some of these divination dice. Okay, I'm going to use these ones. So let's see what's come through. Okay, these ones have nothing on it, so let's go again. Oh, wow, that's really interesting. So I remember very early on, if I'm not mistaken, right, there was that energy of like the mother-like energy coming through as well, with someone who'd mentioned their mother passing away. So there is definitely a mother-like energy here, okay, that is coming through, and the universe here is showing you connect with your mother, whether they are around you or whether they are not. This is an energy of connecting with them. Whether you have a good relationship with them or not, this is about somehow connecting with them. Now, for those of you that don't have good relationships with your mothers, what I will say is try and do something that they would enjoy doing. You don't have to do it with them, but it's about sort of connecting in that energy and allowing yourself to heal from any issues that you have with your mother. For those of you that are close to your mothers, pick up the phone, talk to them, call them. Again, like I mentioned, this energy is really quite significant. So there's that kind of energy here as well. Some of you might quite literally oh my God, I can't speak today. You quite literally might be becoming a mother, but also this energy here is very, very strong. You might also be missing a late mother who perhaps has passed away. Okay, so that's really important. That's a big message from the universe, connecting to your mother, whether they, again, are around or not, whether you get along with them or not. If you don't get along with them, try and do something that they perhaps like doing. Be creative with it. You've got here trunk as well. To me, the first thing I thought of was tree trunk. And then I thought of the trunk of a car. That could mean something to some of you. You might be like, oh, that makes a lot of sense, Moonlight. And for some of you, you're going to be like, no, no. But trunk here, also an elephant's trunk as well, is quite significant. Take that as it resonates. But there's something here. For some of you, it's to do with like the back of a car. For some of you here, it's to do with like an elephant's trunk or a tree trunk. So trees, right? Trees. Trees also like strength as well. To be honest, even an elephant's trunk is like strength. Storage, has that storage element to it, which is very interesting. Let me just go through the comments and see if there's anything I can clarify in regards to the divination dice I've already spoken about. I mean, if you don't have a good relationship with your mother, it's about enjoying something that they would like to do, like I mentioned, and trying to connect in that way. Yeah, so if you have problems, for example, with your mother in that sense, it's really about taking care of doing things that makes you feel good. Oh my gosh, yes! You guys, should I show you something? I have it on my table too. Lord Ganesh. I had a feeling. Oh my God, the elephant trunk, I have Lord Ganesh on my table. Why did I not think of this? Wow. See, this is sometimes why live streams are very, very powerful. It just connects so, so strongly, right? Protection. You are protected. I mean, to be honest, that's a message that I think I gave already in this particular live stream, but you are protected. There is that energy of you. And Lord Ganesh also in some images holds a lotus, right? Lotus is very auspicious, very, very prosperous, very significant as well. So just remember that you are protected. So yeah, thank you, Sean. You really helped me right there. So yes, protection. And also, who else is known to be, a natural protector? Often the mother-like energy, right? Even if you have problems, say, for example, try and connect to the best version of that energy. Try and do things that they love to do. This is really about like looking after yourself as well in that sense. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, brilliant. So let's keep going. So we've got here following. This can also be to do with social media. All right, so something to do with social media. What I would say, remember with some of the oracle messages that we got out earlier in the book, this is also about making sure that you're following the right people, that you're allowing the right people to follow you. So this can be on social media, but also in real life, right? Surround yourself by good people. Follow the right kinds of influencers and people that you feel called to follow in also a spiritual way, right? Because all of that can really be a lot of energy that builds up that just can make us feel really, really not so great. I remember a while ago I was following a lot of fashion brands. I think I probably still do on my personal Instagram, but I have my Moonlight Guidance Instagram. I spend more time on there, and I follow more spiritual sites, and I feel, sorry, not sites, Instagram pages, like more spiritual Instagrams, like the Wild Feminine is a great one, as well as what's the other one? There was another one that I always see. Was it the Female Warhol? Something like that. It's a really great Instagram page as well. So it's really about what you're following as well, and also who you're allowing to follow you, friendships wise, who you're allowing into your energy field. It all impacts you. All right. Lofty. You know what I thought with this message? The universe is like, you're going to have a lot of memories come to you, a lot of memories. You might be going through your phone, you might be going through albums, you might be going into the attic and looking at memorabilia or things or photographs from childhood or certain events that happened. And it's going to bring a lot of memories. Like, there's a lot of, the floodgates are essentially opening. And this is the universe telling you, you can ground yourself, you can take yourself to a better place. You've got this. Also got fire here as well, so there could be a connection here to fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, just say. Fire is also about passion, desire, and also not giving up on yourself. It's about that desire to continue to grow, continue to prosper, continue to progress. So just know that you can do this, okay? If you have a dream, go towards it, put those stepping stones in, follow your path, the things that you love to do, go towards those particular things. It can make you feel good. It can make you feel strong. Take care of you. That's what I would say, right? And we've got here 2 as well. So it could be writing an email, letter, text message. There's some kind of communication I see here of you having with someone else. Take that as it makes sense. And also 4 as well, okay? So you're addressing this to someone, or it's for someone, some kind of communication. Can also be that someone on social media is like following you, that perhaps you're like, oh, didn't expect you to follow me. And then also you've got here fortune. See, auspicious, prosperous energy. You're being protected here. Again, I don't think that it was a coincidence that Sean, who was just commenting, mentioned Lord Ganesh. I have Lord Ganesh on my table. And, of course, I mentioned that energy of the elephant, but here we've got Lord Ganesh, and we've also got, as I was talking about in some images, Lord Ganesh holds a lotus. So you've got the energy here of fortune as well, because the lotus is all to do with fortune, prosperity, and abundance, and also very auspicious energy as well. So it all makes sense, right? So let's put Lord Ganesh back again. There we go. And so fortune coming into your life as well. The universe wants you to know that you will have that. Fortune is also really about personal energy as well, right? So when we talk about, so for example, when I talk about, having a rich life, I don't necessarily mean coins upon coins and stacks upon stacks. Having a rich life is not just about money. It's also about how you feel within, the people you're surrounded by, and how you feel within yourself above how someone else is giving you something. It's not you depending on someone else. It's you living a good life within yourself. That's what I call richness, right? Feeling rich, feeling good also within yourself. It really comes from you. So it's just something to keep in mind, because there's a lot of very rich people, okay, who have a lot of those coins that actually don't have a happy life whatsoever. Okay, so when I talk about sort of like having that rich life, it's not always about who's got the most coins or how many coins can you have. Stability is very important. I always feel that financial stability is important, but it's also not going to always bring you fortune in terms of happiness, as well. So it's just something to keep in mind. Okay, right. So let me go through the comments. Okay, just take a little break in between for the comments. Interesting, right? Diwali time. Cleaning the loft. Well, it would make sense here with some of these messages. I will try. I will try. Lives are for sure really nice to do. So I don't mind doing them. It's just I get often very distracted by the comment section in general. So I see a lot of private questions as well. If anyone is interested in a private reading, I would recommend you to check out the description box of my videos. There you have information for the free reading giveaway and the private paid readings as well, because a lot of the questions are very personal. I can't answer them on a live stream. I mean, I can show them and I can like choose a quote out of this book, right? But I can't literally tell you exactly what I see with tarot, right? That's something very, very like personal in that sense, because these quotes can help you, but it's also how much interpretation you also put into that yourself as well. So, you know, it's a little bit different in that sense. Okay, so we've done the divination dice. Should we see what self-care messages we have as well, and then I'll get into this book for messages for some of you. All right, so yeah, I will pull you guys messages as well, overall like messages that you perhaps need to hear, but I'm going to just pull some messages from the self-care first. Self-care deck, which is this purple deck. Da, 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 da. Okay, let's see. Yes, illuminated. I only just started like a day ago. No, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. I can't remember. My last live is on my channel, and it was not that long ago. I think it was over the weekend. So let's see. Okay, self-care message or messages, whatever wants to come out. I'm flexible. I think I might also put some timestamps as well once this video is actually posted on YouTube. It will just make it so much easier for people to find the messages as well. If anyone wants to post the timestamps before I do, feel free once the live stream is over. But okay, let's see. Cool. Ooh, this this message came through in the daily oracle book, right? Which is about grounding. So not surprised by that. Also, I mentioned tree trunk, right? Tree trunk. You've got a lot of like roots here as well, right? Really grounding yourself, meditation. We were talking a lot about shadow work, taking care of yourself, finding the positives as well, using also negative experiences to essentially shape up your future by taking those as lessons and ways to move forward as well. So this message here is pretty much a repeat of what I've pretty much just been speaking about, but meditation can really help, yoga can help. Grounding is also really quite significant. Oh yes, I was talking about putting your bare feet on earth and really just using that as a grounding technique as well. So I'm not surprised by that. Wow. Okay, so that was like a repeat message that came through. It also says here, look to the stars. Ooh, stargazing. Whether you're indoors and you can see the stars from indoors, or whether you actually go outdoors and you literally stargaze, look at the stars. Look at the beauty of our solar system and our universe. That's amazing as well. Also manifesting when you're like looking up at the stars as well can be really therapeutic. It can be very, very like just relaxing and just like, wow, you know, this is home. Those stars are part of your home, right? And your environment. It's literally part of your environment. So that's really, really lovely as well. You know, even looking up to the moon as well, but stars as well, especially when you're manifesting as well. Lovely. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, really, really nice. So those are some additional messages from the universe. Okay, so this is the bit now. Let me just go through the comments, and then this is the bit now where I will read for some of you a quote from the Daily Oracle book. Okay, so these are messages specifically for some of you. I think this could be a really nice sort of unique part of the live stream where it also connects personally like to some of you, but not in a personal way where it's me giving out your details on a live stream. It's more so me giving you a you know, quote for yourself that could really make you think about things, I guess. Okay, let me see. Okay, comments wise, what's going on? Oh, thank you, Melissa. Yeah, so I'm not going to be doing like a tarot pull in that sense. I'm only going to pull some daily oracle cards. All right, so the words to write, if you would like me to pull you a message for you, is just say in the comment section, sorry, not in the comment section, the live stream comments, can you pull me a message? Okay, and then I will pull you a message. It can't, I mean, if you want to know about love or if you want to know about career, you can write that as well. But if you are writing something really, really specific to your situation, it's going to be a no. Okay, I'm just going to tell you that. So let's start. Okay, Haley. Yeah, so a message about love. So if you have a topic, you can have a look. Okay, so this is the one that it literally my thumb just went to. Allow things to unfold. All right, look at that. You've got here this really strong piece of paper with all of the items here. Let it naturally happen, right? The sort of natural path that it goes down. Let's go here, up. Okay, I can't answer anything like mainly, you know, personal. So that's why I moved past from that comment, because I can't answer that. So for example, if you write something like this, I can help you. Okay, so let's see here. For your career, it says focusing on your supposed defects is a form of emotional self-abuse. So do not focus necessarily on the negative aspects, all right? So if you have aspects in your career that you are just thinking like, oh, I don't feel so good about this, I don't feel so good about that, focus on making those so-called defects or negative aspects into your strengths. Okay, so don't focus on the negative aspects, because that is a form of emotional self-abuse. Focus on your strengths in regards to your career. All right, that's what we've got there. I've got a lot of comments. Okay, so when I go through this, I might miss some. Okay, but let's see here. Yes, Vandana, this is your reading. Well, this is your message. It says here, think about what you think you want very carefully. Very important message. Also for some of you that are also seeing this as well, think very carefully about what you want. Sometimes what we want, we think we want it, but actually it's not actually what we want. Okay, so think about what you think you want very carefully. Be aware of what you want as well. Be aware of what you send to the universe as well, because sometimes you feel like you want that and then things change. Okay, let's see. Liliana, health. Okay. Oh, sorry guys. Okay, health. Breathe in deeply through your nose, feeling your belly expand. Hold for 3 counts. Exhale fully through your mouth. Repeat. Okay, so this is really about deep breathing, taking care of yourself as well. Health is a difficult one actually to answer, because the best thing always in regards to health is to see a medical professional. Okay, so that's always 100% recommended. But here, this is something that you can help to recenter and ground, and refocus your energy as well. All right, so that's what we've got there. Let's see here. Can you pull me a message? Let's see. Let's go towards the end. Look in the mirror. Fully accept yourself. Go live like that. All right? Go live like that. Look in the mirror and accept yourself. Beautiful, okay? And you are beautiful also. So let's go next. Jamie, the love. Your passion will get you everywhere. All right, Jamie, you have passion within you, and that passion lives in you and will manifest in you as well. Just want to say this as well for like other people as well. A lot of people say, oh, I had this, really amazing connection with someone and then they disappeared. Remember, you were part of that connection. You brought the passion to them. If they go somewhere else, remember that passion still lives within you, right? You brought something to that. That also lives within you. So just remember that the passion you have, the effort you put in, the things that you do, it will get you everywhere. And that also goes for you as well, Jamie. Okay. Let's see. So, Superwoman. I are Superwoman. You are protected. Okay. You are a Superwoman, so you are protected. Okay, so comments are going pretty quickly now, so let me just, and if your message didn't get answered, you can post it again. Okay, so Shanice, message about love. Visualize what you want and then make sure it comes true. Manifest. Manifest. And make sure it's what you want. Solomon, I hope I said your name right. Self-love is the fountain from which all other love spring. It's true. Love yourself the way you want to be loved, and it will all manifest from there. And that's also how other people treat you as well, okay? Not just like a romantic partner, but all other people. How they treat you also stems from how you love yourself, how much you tolerate, and how much like BS from other people you don't let affect you as well, okay? Oh yes, we already answered yours. Okay. General. What if you realized how powerful you really were? Power stems from your hands. Okay. Message about school. Let's see what. I like how when we wanted a health one, you know, something to do with health kind of came through, and we wanted something to do with love. Like that also kind of came through. It's amazing how that actually works. Okay, let's see. Oh, your potential is endless. That's a really, really lovely message to get. It's a really, really nice message. Okay, all the best of luck with you, with school. Okay, can you please pull me a love message? Nothing is missing from your life that you can't replace yourself. That's a strong message, really strong message. There was another message that I also wanted to go to, but I can't remember which one it was. But yeah, nothing is missing from your life that you can't replace yourself. Strong message. Let's see. Janine, where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? Oh, discipline is an essential part of creativity and growth. It's a message we had earlier as well, which I explained in more depth, but so important, right? Consistency, discipline, taking care of yourself. It's Saturn energy as well, which is to do with growth and structure. So really, it is about consistency is key. That is literally what it's saying, and it's a big part of your growth as well. Like take care of yourself, put discipline into things as well, and also discipline with others. That's a huge part of growth, right? When you really stand up for yourself, big thing. Let's see what else. Melissa. So some of these I catch just at the right time once I've finished reading the message. That's why, you know, I end up missing some of the comments that you guys have posted, because you post it when I'm actually reading the message. So tip here, once I'm getting to the end of the message, then post your comment. That's probably going to help you to get your message. Okay. Melissa, focusing on your supposed defects is a form of emotional self-abuse. So focus on those positive aspects of yourself, all right? Focus on those positive aspects. We also had this message not long ago, okay? Marie. Life has a way of mirroring back to you what needs addressing. That's really strong, especially with these two cats. You see that there as well? I talk about this a lot. How you grow up has an impact on your future as well. So that's really interesting. Address your family, address yourself in that sense, take care of yourself. I think that's really important, you know, because it mirrors and it sort of comes back around. So it's something to keep in mind, all right? I really hope that helps you, because I think you're going to understand what I mean by this. I think you are. You're going to know that. I think, yeah. Okay, cool. So let's see what else. Ancestors, okay. The ability to adapt is a survival skill. Adapt, okay. Adapting to situations, adapting to hardships, adapting to difficult moments, challenges. That is what is going to bring you that strength and that courage, and that's what they really want you to know, I think. It's a bit more of a personal message, like we were getting very personal there, but it was just coming through so strong. Soulmate message. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go towards the beginning. Shield yourself from negativity right now. Okay, so sometimes what happens is things get blocked because we are thinking excessively about something, and when we do that, we're also blocking blessings as well. So shield yourself from negativity right now. That will help your soulmate situation. Okay, 11th. Again, let's go towards the beginning. Softness is the most rebellious expression of strength. That's so true. Don't be afraid to be soft. Do not be afraid to be soft. For those of you that are also watching this as well, do not be afraid to be vulnerable. It is such strength in this day and age. You know, people think, oh, I should be, you know, emotionally detached. I shouldn't care so much. No, no, no. Sometimes caring is the strength, but sometimes what you have to understand is not everybody's like that. So you do sometimes have to pull it away. But being soft, being vulnerable is actually an expression of huge strength. Let's see. Let's see. Go cuddle a tree. Seriously. No, I'm serious here. Okay, I know that sounds really bizarre, but when you connect to nature, you activate your heart chakra. So what I feel the message here is for you is to essentially open up your heart chakra, connect with nature, hug a tree. I'm serious. I know that sounds really I know that sounds really silly, but it's actually very, very true. It's a serious message. Okay, I know it sounds really strange, but that's true. And for those of you that are out there thinking, how do I activate my heart chakra? Nature, hugging a tree also, yes, it gets the job done. It really helps you more than anything else. I know some of you are like, what? That is such a bizarre message, but no, it's actually something that can actually really help. I mean, we already answered a message for you, so let's give someone else a chance. So, Angel, can you pull me a general one, please? Sure. Take a pause to recuperate before you do anything, okay? Take a breather before you do anything, say anything, make any actions, any moves. Take some time. Take some time. I think that's really important, okay? Take a bit of a breather before you do anything. The calm before the storm, okay? Not a bad storm, just saying. Okay, so I'm just going to say, yes, I will pull you a message, Damien, but let me just get to what I'm trying to say. If you guys would like, if you're new, for example, to my live stream, then definitely comment that you would like a message and let me know if it is. I can't answer a personal or private question, okay? But if you want it for love, if you want it for career, let me know, okay? So yeah, but I can't answer anything personal, so try to keep people's names out of it, etc., etc. Okay, Damien, let's see. I want to go right towards the end here. Nothing is permanent. Nothing. It's true. I know this is really sad, but when you think about the grand scheme of things, sadness, suffering, frustration, that's also not permanent. So that should give you a boost up. And also happy moments. Sure, you know, not all of it is permanent, but there can be more happy moments that come into your life, right? So think about it that way too. Let's see. Can we go to? Oh, wait a second. There was one that I really wanted to get to. Okay, never mind. Yes, I will do yours, Estrella. There was just someone that commented that they had commented like 1,000 times to try and get a message, but it just went. You know, sometimes the divine does things like this, and sometimes the universe just does things, okay? And your message just went anyways, but comment again, okay? You might be 1,001 times lucky. Estrella, let's see. It's not what you have. Sorry, it's what you have. Wow, I'm the one giving you messages. Okay, it's what you have, not what you don't have, that's worth thinking about. Gratitude, okay? Gratitude. Think about what you have right now. I know you're asking for your future, but think about the things that you have right now. Oftentimes, gratitude is what the universe then sees, like, okay, this person's being really grateful for what they have. Let me give them more, okay? So it's not what you It's what you have, okay? Not what you don't have that's worth thinking about. So I know you're thinking about the future and you're probably thinking like, oh, I'd really like to see what's coming through. But actually, the more you think about what you do have right now, the more it secures your future as well, and the things that could come into your future, believe it or not, all right? So it's how things work sometimes. Okay, let's see. Get it, Singer. If you're looking for opportunities, create them. Okay. La, 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 da, da, da. Oh my gosh, okay, comments are going really fast. Oh, I think we just answered, yeah, we answered yours. Christine Lavender. Okay, let's see. You're not the center of everything. Sorry. Okay, well that was really quite significant. You know what I think this really shows for love as well, is that sometimes we have really high expectations for love. And the thing is, we're never guaranteed anything. I wouldn't say that this is a negative message, but sometimes it reminds us that we're not really at the center of love. We're not actually guaranteed anything huge in that sense. And that sometimes the thing to do is to let things naturally happen as well. But let me see if I can pull you another message as well. I know that one's quite harsh in that sense. Oh, wow. Okay. So why so hasty? Think about it. So again, like I mentioned, it's really about going with the flow as well and just letting things happen. So there's a pretty strong message there for you as well. It's very interesting actually that it came out in that way. Alma, comment again. Okay, there we go. I will pull you one, okay, because I did see yours a couple of times, but it kept disappearing. So hold space for your heart. Hold space for your heart. Okay, that's the message here. Honey, let's see. I like the emojis, by the way. Say yes, and the universe will echo it back to you. Okay, maybe say yes a little bit more often to those things that maybe you want to just sort of give up on. Don't give up. That's what I would say. Don't give up. The stars here, I think, are going to align for you. Say yes, and the universe will echo it back to you. So the things that you want to manifest. Cassandra, love message. I really like this book. I haven't really used this book, and I feel like today was the day where I got maximum use out of this book, and also for many of you. So yeah, I know it's like some of you might think like, oh, you're just flipping through these pages of the book, but I'm really glad because I really haven't used this book, so it's nice. Okay, loosen your grip. Loosen that grip. Sometimes it does more damage holding on like this, right? Ow, actually my nails are like digging in, like, yeah, that does hurt. Loosen it, let it flow. It's effortless, and when you do that as well, your palm is facing up or your palm is open. That means that you can receive, right? You can receive. You can't really receive like this, right? Nothing's really going to stay in your hand. You go like this, you loosen your grip, or just, loosen it a little bit more. You're able to get things in your hand. Things can come to you, flow to you a lot more easily as well. Jana or Hannah, because sometimes they pronounce the J as a H. Anyways, visualize what you want and then make sure it comes true. Manifestation is the key here. All right. Oh, I really like this. I think I could do this all night, to be honest. I'll go through like every single subscriber that comes to my live stream. Okay, Sean. Any messages for my financial future? Okay, stop dreaming and start doing. It's very clear. Okay, get to it. And this doesn't just mean like, oh, just do things. It's also showing like make a plan, do some research, things like that as well. Rather than like daydreaming, which is not necessarily a bad thing. A little bit more action into it is always good. Oh, we already answered yours. I can't answer that question because it's very, very personal. Okay, so the only questions, if you're new to the live stream and you've just been joining me, just answer. Just put in the comment section below that you would like a message, and then if it's for a particular area like love or career, let me know. I cannot answer a personal question like that. on a live stream. Okay, so something to mention. Okay, Natalie, so this is like a topic, for example, right? It hasn't got anyone attached to it necessarily, except for yourself. So even though, yes, if you put love, then yeah, it would, but it wouldn't necessarily, show through as that, you know what I mean? Okay, anyways, so slow down. Multitasking usually means doing more than one thing badly. Okay, so with your spiritual path, what I actually feel is coming through here, and I think this is a big message for many of you watching: perfect one thing at a time. I know I say here, yoga, journaling, meditation, those are all options that I give you of things to do, which I think are really great, especially in the private readings when I talk about, focusing on yourself. But focus on one thing and try and perfect it rather than doing like 100 things and then not being able to fully do that properly, if that makes sense. So what I would say here, Natalie, is like focus on one thing and trying to perfect it. That's, and then move on to like something else also that makes you feel good. And also consistency is key. Okay, so this is the kind of comment, you guys, that really does sort of allow me to click on it rather than really personal questions, okay? Because this is a live stream, public live stream. I can't answer those questions, I'm sorry. But we can answer them in a public, a private reading. Aries. So not everyone will understand your worth. That's why it's crucial you do. Big message for a lot of you actually as well. Understand your worth before you're trying to prove it to someone else. Because if you understand your worth, maybe you won't be trying to prove it to someone else. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm trying to help you guys. Okay. Melissa, love message. Don't ever let your conduct betray your cause. I know that sounds really strange, but this is really interesting. Sometimes we feel like our own actions can sabotage us. So I would talk here a little bit about, try not to self-sabotage. But I know that sounds, again, really, really blunt, but that's the kind of message I get. Let me pull another one here for you. The point isn't to understand, the point is to accept. Okay, well, I think that this also is really about going with the flow and not trying to be too harsh on yourself as well when it comes to matters of love. Okay, so Ina, private reading information is always in the description box of my videos. Free reading giveaway and the private paid readings are available. So if you go to any of my videos on my channel, you'll find it in the description box below. You can also email me as well, moonlight.guidance@outlook.com. And yeah, that's how you get a private reading. Gory, let's have a look. Your future career. So it says here, why is it so hard to show yourself the love you show others? Which is a really interesting message because I know it's for career here, but this totally does make sense in that sense. Believe in yourself, all right, and what it is that you want. And if you're showing to others, for example, that that's what you want, you have to also trust yourself just as much that that is the right thing for you, that is the correct thing that you want to do, that you want to progress towards as well. I know that sounds really bizarre, but I'll pull you another message as well, because I feel like that does make sense. Yeah, sit still and listen, okay? Listen to your inner self and your inner guidance in regards to the future of your career. Charlotte, let's see. I hope some of you don't mind that your display pictures are coming onto the screen as well. What I would say is if you don't want your name and your picture to be on, sorry, I just got like a message on my Instagram, okay. If you don't want it to be on my channel, then don't comment, okay? Don't comment because, if I click on it, then yeah, it's going to be visible to people that watch the live streams. Embrace your flaws and love them. Okay, there you go, Charlotte. Embrace your flaws and love them. Self-love. Isha. Yes. Hold on a second. Let go of your questions. Embrace not knowing. I know many of you have a lot of questions. You always want to know what's coming. You always want to know what's next. But sometimes not knowing is actually a blessing. It allows us to have less stress. We're essentially, we can make our own decisions, our own choices without always being like pushed in a certain direction. So let go of your questions, embrace not knowing, embrace the uncertainty of things. It can actually be a blessing in disguise as well. DM love. Should we go a little bit more here? I hope you agree with me. DM love. Yeah, I can see your comments. I can see that you're reposting your comments here. DM love. Okay. Look in the mirror, fully accept yourself, go live like it. Okay, accept yourself. Accept yourself and live like it. That's what the universe wants you to know. Storm Angel. No one can see what you're feeling. They can only see your actions. Oh, there was that quote that I saw a really long time ago, which was, I don't know who it was by, but it said, oh, was it Maya Angelou? I probably said her name wrong. But she said, people don't remember, so no, what was it? Oh my God, people remember how you made them feel, something like that, right? People can forget certain things, but they can always remember how you feel. So the quote went something like that. If someone remembers the quote, please let me know. But that's what I'm seeing here, right? No one can see what you're feeling. They can only see your actions. So sometimes also the things that you keep within yourself, like people can't read your minds. And I think that sometimes we think like, oh, someone could read our mind. They can understand what we have within us. Not always. And also they can only see your actions as well. So also how you treat others. They can't always see what's in your mind, but they can also see how you treat others, how you do certain things as well. So it's something to keep in mind. Wave the magic wand. It's not a bad message. That's what I will say. Okay. Alchemize what's in front of you into something else. Okay, this is also about manifesting the things that you really do want to change and progress with as well. Oh, bedbug, I did see your comment, but the thing is, right? Oh, there we go. Love reading. You mean love message? I think you mean love message. I think you mean love message. If you want a reading with me, all the information's in the description box below. Let's go here. Stop. Notice how you're feeling first. Isn't that such a weird love message? But actually, it makes a lot of sense. Sometimes you have to know how you're feeling before you really embark into knowing how you feel in a certain love situation, because I think that's important. But let me get you another message. It says here, this is the sign you've been waiting for. So that's very interesting as well. Kayla, love. Okay. Oh God, okay. Well, it says here, you're not the center of everything. Sorry, we did have this message for someone else as well, right? And a lot of the times when you get this particular message for love, I mean, it's not to say that it's bad, because I know I said, oh God, it was mainly so that I have to like repeat the same message again, even though I know this is not what a lot of people want to like sort of hear, especially I'm sure, Kayla, you're probably like, oh my God, really, out of all the messages? This is more so about just knowing that in life, we're not really guaranteed anything. It's more so also about accepting that what will be, but also the right things for you in your life will never pass you by. So always just note that you're not guaranteed anything. And when you have that sense of gratitude as well, the universe can be so much more tempted to place the right things into your hand as well. This is also about, you know, working over like ego issues and things like that as well. I'm just saying, it's not necessarily a bad thing. We all have an ego, by the way, okay? It's not to like single anyone out at all. I have an ego. You have an ego. People have egos, but you know how we manage them is very different. So I'm going to pull you another message here. It says nothing really dies, it's just transmuted. Okay, so that again, just I hope that brings you a little bit more peace in that sense as well, Kayla. Okay, nothing really dies. Okay, so it's not showing you that it's not going to happen. It's just about trying not to center yourself too much. And also in love, what happens is a lot of people are so desperate for love that they're just like going at it, thinking about it 24/7. They're not giving it a break. And it's hard for the universe to deliver when something is just so constant in that sense as well. Singing in the rain, even though there's no rain. Okay, Emmy, let's see. Oh, wow, okay. Do you really care more about the destination than all that time you spent on the journey? Because the journey is very, very special. It's a little bit like the chariot, right? We want to get to that destination. We want to get to that destination. Once we get to the destination, that's not the end of it, right? So what I would say here is focus on the journey as well. Enjoy the journey of life. I would say that. Miss T, you won't understand until you fully experience. Wow, that's a pretty strong message here. So sometimes the way the universe works is wanting to be kept secret. You know, things don't really bloom the way we always want them to. And sometimes certain things happen and we realize later on, like 5-10 years down the line, like, oh my God, wow, that happened in such a way. It taught me this, that, and the other. So what I would say here is try and fully experience everything that happens, because eventually in time you'll understand all the things that have happened in regards to your career, and it will all make sense. That's the only way I can put it here, because I think that's what the universe really wants to tell you in regards to that. I like how the emojis or whatever you guys are posting are just like posted as as like virtual hug with the 2 dots. Okay, kind of funny. Okay, the past is in the past. All right, once the past is in the past, it's in the past. Try not to worry about it. That's what I would say. Okay, once it's in the past, it's in the past. There's really nothing we can do except move forward, focusing on the present and the future. Okay, the past is in the past. If something worries you about the past specifically, which is what I have a feeling, may be happening from time to time, remember it's in the past, and remember your current moment is also going to end up in the past. So the more you think about the past, you're also spending your present moments, which will also end up in the past, thinking about the past. You know what I mean? So let's leave the past in the past. I think that's very important here. Let me scroll down. Let me scroll down. Let me scroll down. Oh, 2021 beginning. Oh my gosh, got a lot of emojis. I mean, it can't really be specific, but I'll give you a quote, right? Specific in the sense that, of course, this is not a private reading. I just thought I'd like mention that. Okay, this is just me pulling you guys messages for different topics that you want to know about, but not in like a, what do I call it, not when it's tied to someone else, you know. So true freedom is not being attached to the outcomes. So try not to focus on outcomes for 2021. Again, this is that energy of going with the flow. So many tarot readers, because so many of you tell me, you're like, Midnight, this tarot reader told me to go, that only dead fish go with the flow. It's not true, okay? Sometimes people have to go with the flow, and it's healthy to go with the flow. Like, how many times are we always in control of what we're doing, right? Not always. Sometimes we have to go with the flow and just see how things go. Yes, of course. Let's see. I will call you lovely. I will call you lovely. Call me lovely. Let's see. Why is it so hard to show yourself the love you show to others? Show yourself more love. Show yourself more love. Be there for yourself a lot more. Take care of yourself as well. Self-love. Self-love, okay? And yes, you are very lovely. Reach out. Okay, if I do skip by your comments, comment again, okay? But try not to spam the comments, because I found that I read a message, but then eventually when I get down to some of them that you commented again. So, well, yeah. Anyways, so let's see what's going on here. Everything has been leading up to this moment. Isn't that really interesting? Everything has been leading up to this moment. Is there something special happening in your life, Reacher? I think there's something. Message about my future. Let's see. Abundance is a state of mind, okay? So how healthy your mind is also helps you in regards to abundance. What you're thinking also affects your abundance. If you're thinking in your mind like, oh, this is not going to happen, this is not going to happen, things like this don't happen to me, it's a state of mind that can affect your abundance. So shift that mindset if you have it, all right? Focus on you. Focus on the things that you love, okay? And make that your abundance, and it will start to flow. A lot of people, you know, especially when things are not going right, they'll be like, oh my God, things like this just don't happen. Good things don't happen to good people. Like, I'm such a good person. It's not happening to me. That's also your state of mind. The universe doesn't like that state of mind. I'm not saying that that's necessarily what you're doing, but I'm just saying, okay, for some of you watching this as, you know, just generally like trying to look at the messages, it's quite significant. Blue May. Ooh, go for it. Just be smart about it, okay? Go for it with reason, okay? Go for it with reason. Think about it. Think about your choices. Think about what it is that you want to do with reason, okay? With reason, but go for it. If I skip over yours, comment again, okay, guys, because I can't go through all of them. By the time I've read a message, there's like probably 10 comments that have been posted. Maybe I'll do this sometime again in the future as well. Maybe this could be what the live streams are about, me doing this, but I don't know. It's what you have, not what you don't have, that's worth thinking about. Okay, that's the message we also had before as well. So what I would say, Steve, is think about the things that you do have, not necessarily what you don't have. That's the stuff worth thinking about. And yeah, you know, sure, you could be trying to manifest certain things in your life, but also having a sense of gratitude can help the universe place more into your palm. So that also helps as well, okay, on a different level. Diane? I really wish, I just wanted to turn the page. For some reason, I just felt like Spirit was like, turn the page. You won't understand until you fully experience. And to be honest, the one that it actually fell on, which was this one, I can't even remember what it says, but it said turn the page. So I turned the page and it says you won't understand until you fully experience. But it also says visualize what you want and then make sure it comes true. Manifestation, I think, is the big key word here. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. Alice. Stop daydreaming and start doing, okay? It's self-explanatory, so I don't feel like I need to, okay, so for example, questions like this, I cannot answer, all right? These are questions that need to be addressed in private settings, not public ones, and also it's one that requires me to read tarot, so I just note that as well. Da, 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 da. Okay, that's tied to someone else, so I can't do that. If you write like a love message, for example, I can pull your message, but if it's to do specifically with like an ex or someone, you know, quite specific that you're actually mentioning in your comment, can't do that. But see, if you say here message in love, that's fine. You know, you might be, yes, thinking about someone specific, but the question itself is not tied to someone specific. Your ideas are amazing and your opinion's valid doesn't mean you don't have a lot to learn still. So you know what's really interesting here is that, especially in regards to love as well, like you do have your ideas, you do have your opinions, but it doesn't mean that there's still not a lot more that you can learn or progress in or grow in. So I think that's really important. Big message for everyone else as well. Remember that if you have a situation with love or you're trying to manifest love, remember that there's still a lot that you can learn as well from certain situations and connections as well. Okay, so what I would recommend, I'm going to have to say this again as well, is if you would like a message, just simply write in the comments that you would like a message or something along the lines of that. If you want it to be for love or career or, let me know, but do not tie it to a specific person, an ex, a twin flame, etc. If you want a message, just say, I'd like a message for love, I'd like a message for career, I'd like a message about my spiritual path, message from the universe, for example, but don't tie it to a specific person, okay? Because we're in a public setting, live stream, in that sense as well. So, and only questions in that regard, like I can see some questions here about like, should I stay or should I move on? Those questions can only be answered in a private reading where I am reading tarot. All right, so let's see. Trinquia? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. If I said your name wrong. Oh, look, we got an apple here. Don't expect to eat the fruit if you've only just planted the seed. I think a lot of us can take a very strong message from this. Sometimes we just want things to be really, really quick. We want things to happen very soon. We want them like now. If you have planted a seed, you will have to wait, okay? And sometimes we plant seeds and things happen very soon. But sometimes they happen very soon because we don't really expect them to sometimes happen so soon. So let things grow. Let yourself also evolve during the process as well. Very important message here. Have a bit of patience, okay? Just a little bit of patience. Anna, Korea. Okay. Similar message to what we had before. Do you really care more about the destination than all that time spent on the journey? So enjoy the journey as well, not just the destination and where you want to get to in terms of your career. Because, when you're climbing the ladder, it's also about those steps that you're taking to get to where you want to be, not just running up that ladder, or not just magically ending up at the top of the ladder. It's a process, right? So let's see what else we have. Man. I think we've done a private reading, right? I remember. Okay, let's see, Man. If everyone else jumped off a bridge, would you do it? I know this sounds really strange, but just because everyone else is doing something doesn't always necessarily mean that you have to do it as well. So it's okay to be different. That's a message I see here in regards to love. It's okay to be different. It's okay to choose differently. It's okay that if someone is saying, you know what, maybe you should do this in regards to love, or maybe you should do that in regards to love. It's okay if you want to do something different. You don't always have to follow the crowd. I think it's a really important message there for you in regards to love. I think it also makes sense in regards to what we have personally, privately talked about as well. I think that's going to make sense to you as well, because I remember we have done a reading privately together. Okay, so Amila, release yourself from the shackles of their expectations. Release those burdens, those expectations, those chains. You will feel better. You'll feel lighter and brighter as well. I think you'll know what I'm talking about, because I can feel a bit of a connection here in that sense, just spiritually as well. Priyanka, for me. Love message for me. Okay, nice. This is a really simple one. Allow things to unfold, allow things to naturally happen, and also try not to rush things. That's the other thing that I'm also seeing here as well. Just allow things to naturally unfold. That's what I would say. Yes, you can. Mabel, let's see. Don't let anyone neg you or make you feel small. Rise above it. Okay, and this includes in terms of career as well. There are so many people that have so much ego when it comes to career related activities. They like to think that they're really up there, maybe with experience, up there in regards to their ego, up there in regards to the things that they do. Do not let them make you feel small. Stand up for yourself as well in regards to your career. And I think that's really important. Know your worth as well when it comes to those things, and all that experience as well that you can gain, that you have gained, or that you gain over time. So don't let people make you feel small. Okay, I've just gone to the bottom actually of the messages. So if I've missed yours and you notice that I missed yours, not on purpose, it's just that it jumps to the bottom sometimes as well. So just be aware of that. You can comment again. So remember to comment that you'd like a message, whether it's for career, love, your spiritual path, the universe. Do not tie it to a specific person. I think that's quite important to mention as well. Oh, okay. So Marcel, your love message. There's nothing to fight or fly from now. Okay. So the place that you're in right now is a place it's essentially where you're meant to be. Okay. You don't need to run from this place. You don't need to necessarily fight for it. Allow things again to naturally unfold. That's the message we have there. Studies message, Diana. What if you realized how powerful you really were? You got some stars in your hands there. So a strong message of like having that sort of power in your hands to move forward and to progress forward as well. Nancy? Let go of your questions, embrace not knowing. Okay, sometimes not knowing is a blessing in disguise. I know it doesn't seem like it or sound like it, but sometimes it is. Career and love messages. Okay, well, that goes for both. Everything in moderation. Okay, everything in moderation. It's so simple in that sense as well. If you're always and this goes for everyone that is watching, you're always the one doing. Moderation. All right, moderation. Like, look after yourself. Make sure the other person is also doing just as much, or at least putting in a bit of effort, right? Everything in moderation. Also with your career as well. If it feels like it's always forced, like I know with career it's different because financial stability is very important, but if it's always constantly forced, if you're constantly being put down, think about your energy and how much you're also losing as well sometimes in that sense. And I'm talking more so generally, but more so for you Susan, is that you'll know what this means. You'll know what this means. I have a feeling. You'll be like, okay, yes, this makes sense for both areas of my life. Everything in moderation. That also, you know, goes with like eating and things like that as well, and sleeping, everything in moderation, right? If you oversleep as well, that affects energy, right? So again, everything in moderation. There we go. I was going to say meditation. I was like, I don't think that's the right word. Everything in meditation. Why take one step when you could start running? Okay, this is really interesting here for you, Stephanie, because essentially it's showing here that, you know, because sometimes they say like baby steps, like take everything one step at a time. Here it says you could start running. So to me, this message here shows that you could just start going, like it's safe for you to do so as well. You know, once you put like one foot down, you can start running as well. I think that's really interesting because it's not a message that often comes out for a lot of people. In that sense, like especially with like the oracle messages and tarot readings I do, you know, a lot of the times the messages that we do have is like take it one step at a time. But for you, we have got here this energy of like it's okay to run. Michelle, hold on a second. Sorry, I've just got hair stuck on me. If you're looking for opportunities, create them. Very simple. Very simple. Arbors. Do you know what I just thought of? I thought of like Red Bull. Anyways. And also, I'm a bit of a Red Bull fan as well when it comes to Formula One. Not necessarily for drinking, but sport-wise. Anyways, that's beyond the point here. So your message, Arbors. I didn't mean to like offend you, of course, with your name or anything like that. It's just that I literally thought of Red Bull just as I saw that, because I also saw the like little glitters above your head, and I thought of like an angel. And we know that like Red Bull gives you wings. So anyways, your spirit guides have got your back. Oh my God, wasn't I just like talking about like wings, and I was talking about, okay, wow. That's really interesting. Your spirit guides have got your back. Okay. So they're there trying to protect you. They're there trying to essentially guide you in terms of your career as well. So you may see interesting dreams, signs, and synchronicities as well. See what we have. Love message, please. Loosen your grip. Try not to hold on too tightly. Loosen your grip. It will hurt you less as well. Okay, so again, like I mentioned, this message came out before as well. When you, you know, are like this, also nothing can really land in your hand. But when you start to loosen it, things can start to be in your hand. When you open it completely, ta-da! The whole one can fit on my hand. You get the idea. But here, like it can like land on your hand, but it's not actually in your. It's not in your control, right? It's not with you. Anyway, so that's what we've got there. Money message. I don't know why I just thought of Cardi B, because of like as soon as that message, like money message came through, I was like, I make money moves. Like that's literally what came into my head. Anyways, so the message we have here is allow things to unfold. I don't know why I just thought of Cardi B, to be honest. I make money moves. That's literally what I thought. Allow things to unfold, because I see here that step by step things can progress for you in regards to money. So I think that's actually a really lovely message. It's probably meant to be as well. I can't even remember what song that was from, but maybe that song has some kind of resemblance. Let's see. Love, love, love. Oh, okay. No one is responsible for the way you react but you. That's really interesting. If someone provokes you, gets you annoyed, gets you stressed, remember that sometimes it's also part of our action as well. Just because I will say as well, if someone's not putting in as much effort as you would like them to, remember that sometimes it's because we're putting in so much additional effort, or you might be, or someone else might be. So just remember that. I think that that's quite important. Let me get you another message as well. So yeah, so no one is responsible for the way that you react but you. Actually, should I just turn the page? Let me turn the page. Be smart with your heart. You are the steward of your emotional well-being, right? So you're in control. You're the steward. You can make those decisions for your heart and also your emotional well-being. That's so true, right? I literally mentioned that here as well. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense with this particular message. Be smart with your heart. It's a little bit like choosing someone to be on the same team as you, or the right person on your team, right? They have to not fight against you or be against you to the point where you're like literally fighting for this person. They have to fight with you, be by your side. It's about being on the same team, not on the opposite team, right? Because that's difficult. That's how can you have something really strong with someone you're like opposing in that sense. But it's a message coming through. Okay, so yeah, just trust that message, I think. Please. Okay, yeah, we got lots of E's. You got and someone else put me with lots of E's and got here please with lots of E's. Okay, let me see. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised, okay? Let it happen. Just like your name, Anonymous Girl, okay? It will happen for you when it's meant to happen. Anonymous, okay? Like, you'd be surprised, okay? So something anonymously could happen for you. Spirit message. Everyone has a story. Share yours and listen to theirs. Okay. Everyone has a story. Share yours and listen to theirs. I think that this is quite important. Spirit guides really like it, when you are understanding your story, your path, but also when you're sharing it with others and you're listening to others, you can learn a lot. You can grow a lot from those experiences as well. So that's a really strong spirit message there, is to perhaps also connect with others as well and to sort of grow in that sense. Maribel. Okay, from the universe to you. I'm actually going to turn the page. I feel very drawn to it. So let's turn the page. I don't know what's on the other side of this page. Like I mentioned, I haven't really used this book before much. I used it for some private readings, and then that was kind of it. Is this it? Is this it? There's something in between. Okay, there we go. Their insecurities are not your reality. Okay, if someone is projecting, which, by the way, a lot of people project, especially these days as well with the pandemic. Like, people are really just, I don't want to generalize, but a lot of people are just kind of projecting their insecurities, their frustrations on others, and how people do that is not your reality. It's not your fault, and you shouldn't take it personally. Okay, that's the one thing I really want to mention here. So that's a big message from the universe, okay? Like, how someone else treats you or how someone else does something towards you is not your reality. It's actually them, okay? Oh, sorry, guys. I just like... Okay, so if you guys would like a message, remember, I'm going to say this again. Just let me know that you would like a message for you, and try not to put someone else in the message. So, if there's an ex, the twin flames, soulmate, try not to mention that. If you want a love message, just say that you want a love message. Because remember, this is not a private reading. This is just me getting you some nice messages from my daily oracle book, which, by the way, is not written by me. I know I just said like mine, but this is because I bought it. Like, I just have to clear things up, because some of you might be like, oh my God, Moonlight, I love, I love that book. Did you write it? Where can I buy it? Trust me, okay? I said that once about like tarot cards. I was like, I'm gonna just use my tarot cards. And then I got emails saying like, do you own that tarot deck? I was like, no, I actually don't. Okay, Malika, let's have a look. This book is written by Jericho Mandiba. If anyone wants to purchase it, I got it from Waterstones in the UK. I think I got it online. No, I got it in person, but it's available online. Yeah, I buy a lot of things online, so sometimes I forget what I bought in person, what I bought online. Okay, you're right where you're meant to be. Okay, so trust, Malika, that you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now in your life. I think that's also very important as well for people to know as well. Okay, for many of you, I think that you're really on sort of like the right path. Sonali. Time only has the meaning and structure we give it. Remember, I know this is going to sound really bizarre. Time doesn't actually exist. Time is the thing that we've made up, right? It only has meaning because of what we give to it, right? So that's with anything in life. If you give someone such importance, you put them on a pedestal, that is you giving meaning to it. If you make something to be unimportant, that's the meaning you give to it. So remember, the same thing goes with time, with effort. Okay, it only has the meaning and the structure we give it. So remember that with other aspects of your life, and also to many of you watching this live stream as well. Remember, this is so important, right? If you give something meaning, then it has meaning. If you decide not to give something meaning, it's not really going to have much meaning. It's as simple as that, right? We choose to see what we want to see in life as well. And perhaps sometimes as well, you know, when you come across difficult people, sometimes we have to give it another meaning. Danielle, consolidate your power instead of spreading it thin. That's quite important. Believe in your power, believe in yourself, right? Try not to spread it thin. Try not to invalidate your own energy and your sense of self-confidence as well. Just know that what you have is enough. I think that's also really important. And sometimes spreading yourself thin or spreading things thin can also just feel like you're more vulnerable, right? And more frustrated. The only other way I can really describe it is like our skin. I know this is going to sound really bizarre, like we're like, what the hell? Where are you going with this? No, trust me, okay? Our skin barrier is really important. But what happens sometimes is, you know, when people exfoliate their skin and exfoliate, skin barrier gets really thin to the point where it's so sensitive and it's so delicate. So we have to maintain it to keep it thick, but in moderation, right? So that's kind of energy I see here. Like, try not to let things get too thin to the point where it's more damaging for yourself. It's kind of energy that I'm seeing there. Yeah, it's really bizarre, but I think it will make sense on some level. Sue? Ooh. Be patient. Going slowly doesn't mean you're not going. Yeah, I think you're on the right path. Even if you're going slowly, like, you're on the right path. So, yeah. Okay. Yes. Be patient. Going slowly doesn't mean you're not going. You're still going. You're still progressing. You're still getting them somewhere. Kim, did we do a reading? I feel like so many people who I've been doing private readings with are here tonight. That's so lovely. I think we did a reading, right? So Kim, here is a message. You are not what they say you are. You are what you say you are as well, okay? And you are what you are. You are not always what other people say that you are. I think that's, again, a really important message for so many of you out there. Like, don't always believe what other people are telling you or how other people make you feel. That's not always your reality. It's not always what you should feel you are as well. Remember? Did I? Sandra? Control is an illusion. Nothing is under control, and that's fine. It's so true, right? Sometimes we want things under control, or we want things in our hand. It is an illusion, but it's one that also can feed us on a very spiritual level. It can make us feel, better in that kind of sense as well. But nothing is under control, and that's fine. Okay, so if you feel like sometimes things are not in control in regards to love, that's okay, because things under control are also an illusion. Okay, it's not always going to be that way, but it just goes to show that even if things are not under control, that's okay as well. La, da, 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 da. Evangeline's dream. Oh, we got the same message again. I'm going to turn the page, actually. Basically, the message we got here is consolidate your power instead of spreading it thin. So this really is taking power in terms of your spiritual path. This really is about also what it means by also spreading it thin in that sense for you is rather than trying to. It's really about making sure that one aspect of your spiritual practice is as strong as it can be before you try and do multiple different things. Because, sometimes what I see is people will meditate, but then they'll also want to do like the prayer beads, and they want to do this, and they want to do that, and then they also want to like journal as well. And perhaps, and I'm not saying this for everyone, of course, but perhaps for some of them, what's best to do is to really focus first and foremost on one thing, and then to focus on another thing, and then to focus on another thing, and then to bring it all together in that sense. So try not to like spread yourself too thin in terms of your spiritual path, but also, right, this here really does show that you have a lot of power. in terms of your spiritual path as well. Just try and strengthen it as much as you can with consistency. And if you feel like you're spreading yourself too thin, like take it back to the basics of doing one or two things rather than trying to do multiple things. That's what I would say. Okay, sometimes you want to like try and make one thing really, really strong rather than do like a million other things like all at once, you know. Lana, let's see. It's the same message. But you know, I was also my finger also went in there as well. So the love message, to be honest, yours is exactly the same. I have a feeling you've been watching the live stream, so you probably heard what the last message was, right? Consolidate your power instead of spreading it thin. So you probably got that in your mind, but also you're worthy of all the love you desire, and you have the power to show yourself that love now. All right, it's a pretty strong love message. That's what we've got there. Oh, yes, this is the Daily Oracle by Jericho Mandy Burr, as you see here. This is what it looks like. So I'm guessing if you type it into Google, you'll be able to find it, guys. Seek answers from your higher self, is what it says at the bottom. Nicole, let's see. Oh, such a beautiful profile picture as well. It gives me life with those purple flower crown hearts. I love the flower crowns. I've seen so many of them. We saw the stars, right? we saw lots of lovely filters as well on many of your display pictures for the audience. Okay, so let's see. It says here, don't stay so long exploring your inner world that you're trapped there. Okay, so take a look into your inner self. This is also what I say about shadow work as well, which we talked about right at the beginning of this reading, is don't stay trapped in your inner self to the point, well, don't stay in your inner self for too long to the point where you get trapped and then you feel like, oh my God, there's this wrong with me, there's this wrong with me, there's that wrong with me. The whole point is that you take a look at your inner self, you heal from it, and you manifest yourself at a much, much higher level and energy, okay? The whole point is that you don't get trapped there. Very, very important, okay? So I think this is also about self-love as well. Because there's an energy of empathy there, and the more people have empathy, the more they are like thinking constantly about like, oh my God, could this be wrong with me? Could this be wrong with me? Could this be wrong with me? And by the time they realize it, they've magically diagnosed themselves with like multiple personality disorders, and then they're like, oh, I've got like everything wrong with me. But that's because they have empathy and they're like trying to understand themselves. Remember that everybody has like a little bit of narcissism inside of them. Doesn't mean that you're a narcissist or that you have MPD, right? So that's the thing with like empaths, is that they could like, oh my God, they could like literally diagnose themselves with having like this, and this. Well, the reality is very different, right? It's just because you feel so much and you think you want to do the best, but make sure you don't trap yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. Shannon. Sorry, that was so like Shannon. Shh. There's nothing to fight or fly from now. You don't need to fight. You don't need to fly. You can be in your situation right now, and it's okay to be where you are. Okay, that's what they're saying. So there's a reason where you are in your life right now. Let's see. I'm going to try and pronounce your name. I'm going to say it wrong. Hridayam. Let's see. Any urgent love messages? Your sensitivity is your superpower. Remember what I said before as well. Vulnerability is a superpower. Sensitivity is a superpower. Softness is a superpower. So your sensitivity and who you are is your superpower. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise. If people don't appreciate your sensitivity, that's their problem. Okay, it's not your problem. It's not your problem. Sensitivity is your superpower. Sunny. Everybody's just doing their best. BB. Okay, so people around you, in terms of love as well, they're just trying to do their best. And I think that's the best thing that you can know right now, is that people are trying their best, and sometimes their best may not be the best for you. Okay, it's just something to keep in mind. They're trying their best, may not always be the best for you or be towards your expectations, but they're trying their best, okay? Oh, I thought yeah. Princess Kara. Stop. Notice how you're feeling first, okay? Before you do anything, notice how you're feeling first in regards to love as well. If you're thinking about taking action, doing something, if you're thinking about manifesting, stop. Focus on how you are feeling first and foremost. I keep missing a message by one. Obviously, not my time to receive one. Well, it's your lucky minute. it's your lucky minute. Let's see. Katie. Sorry, I keep realizing I'm doing this a little bit off camera. Stop daydreaming and start doing. Okay, that's your message. We got there in the end. I know. I keep like, it kind of scrolls upwards, and then by the time I have read the message, there's a bunch of new ones at the beginning, so it jumps essentially. Neva. Let's see. Oh, sorry guys. Sorry. No delays. Keep your head down and stay out of trouble. Okay, well, that's a really interesting message. Staying out of trouble is also very much so about like the right people. It's also about certain situations. If it doesn't feel right in your gut, pay attention to your gut. I think that's also a big message coming through from the spirit guides. That can also keep you out of trouble as well. Sometimes the spirit guides will try and get us to not go to certain places because they want to protect us from certain situations that can really be not good for us. So they're trying to, but if we continuously want to like rebel against that and we're like, no, I'm going to go to this particular place, then, well, that's just that. Okay, so Taylor, should we go with the last message, Taylor? Let's see. I want to see what the last one actually is. Acknowledgements about the author. Oh wow. After the storm, the rainbow. Beautiful. Okay, so in terms of your career, perhaps things not so great, right? Maybe you could resonate with that. After the storm comes a rainbow, and also sunshine is what prompts that rainbow to occur. So I see career growth. Remember, sunshine also is about growth. It's also about positivity. It's also about new experiences. So that's what we've got there. Oh, I cannot read on health, but I'll give you a message, right? Health is best kept to medical professionals, and it's, a little bit more of a like personal thing. So, I mean, yes, love is also personal as well, but health is one of those things that is more difficult to talk about because medical professionals, etc. But I'll give you a message. So when things fall apart, it's a chance to put them back together in a better way. All right. So that's what we're seeing here. It's like that Japanese. What did they do? Oh God, I forgot the name of it. When it's the ceramics, right? When it breaks, they put it together, and the way they put it together is just absolutely beautiful because they're like glue parts of it together and make it into a piece, and it just looks so spectacular. They like use the broken bits to remake it and put it together. So when things fall apart, you have a chance to put them back together, but in such a better way. It also goes to do with like relationships as well for many of you, right? If things fall apart or breakups happen, separations happen, for example, the way in which it happens, like if the two of you were to come together in a stronger way, you would have learned so much more in that period of time, most of the time. Okay, so Catherine, you already know the answer. Take time away. Take time away to figure it out. That's interesting. Okay, that literally is a general reading. Dark Goddess. Dark Goddess. Nothing really dies. It's just transmuted. That's true. That's really true, right? When we think about it. Also with like situations, energies. Marsh. Okay, I've gone to the bottom of the comment section, guys. So if you want a message, comment. Remember what it was like to be a kid and just play. Harness that playfulness. So the message here is about being playful and connecting to your inner child as well when it comes to matters of love as well, and perhaps not taking things too seriously. I mean, it's important to be serious, yes, from time to time. You have to be to protect yourself, but being playful as well can be a lovely thing. There you go. You've literally got a love message here. So it says here, Ajaya, I love you so much and I'm proud of you. It's okay. Your inner child. We were just talking about the inner child as well, right? So this is really about you connecting to your inner child, which will also help you in regards to love as well. Okay, when you really heal your inner child and look after your inner child, your love life will also transform to a higher level. And that goes for all of you out there watching as well. Okay, when you heal your inner child, your love life can also transform and become so much stronger. Jenny, Korea, your shame is not yours. You've just taken it on. Let it go now. Okay, so any shame that you feel in terms of your career, anything that perhaps has not gone right, let it go. Focus on what you can control, what you can, and don't focus on what you can't control. I have a feeling that might resonate with you. Okay, so anything that perhaps you feel is not going right, let it go and try and focus on the things you can control. Let's see. Okay, I can't talk about, no, I can't. It cannot necessarily be about that. So as I mentioned, if it's to do with love, career, etc., but I can't dive into like specific people, if that makes any sense. We can look at it in private readings, but not in the live stream. Yep, so love message. I apologize, but if you just want like a normal message, then comment down below and I will accommodate that as well. So let's see. Notice how you're feeling first. That is your message. Anna, I'm going to get you another one as well, okay? Because let's see. Your experience is valid, okay? Your experience is valid. I think that these two messages will make sense to you at a later time. That's what the spirit guides here are showing. You may not necessarily understand what these mean right now, but in time you will understand what these two messages mean. I think that there's going to be some growth and some experience that you come to learn, and also that you go through to grow through. Not in a bad way, in a good way though, okay? Shabnam. Oh, okay, right. Comparison is a tricky bitch. Okay. Do not compare yourself to anyone else, to anyone else's spiritual path, anyone else's career path, anyone else's financial stability, anyone else's love life. Do not compare yourself, okay? You are you for a reason. Embrace yourself, embrace your path. Do not compare yourself. Also, the universe does not like it when we compare ourselves to others. So yeah, we want to stay away from it, okay? Comparison is tricky. It is tricky, and it tricks us also, right? So try not to compare yourself. A strong message from the universe. I think I'm going to stay on for probably about another 5-6 minutes. My energy is like completely drained. So I'll probably stay on till like the 2-hour mark, and then I will have to say goodbye because, I've been talking for like 2 hours. A lot of people are like, oh, moonlight, what message? But it's okay. It's okay. I might even do this at some other point. So self-care means tending to your most basic needs first. Jazzy? I know you asked about career, but it says here, tending to your most basic needs first. So what I think in terms of your career is, if you really want a lot of career growth, tend to your most basic needs first. And then also when you're manifesting in regards to your career, it will elevate everything, right? So instead of manifesting from a place where perhaps you're like, oh, I'm uncertain about this and this and this, when you do self-care, you become so much more conscious of yourself as well, so much stronger within yourself, that when you manifest for your career and there are certain things that you know that you want, it gets strengthened. So that's what I would say, all right? I just want to say I'm so sorry for some of you if I, have been skipping over them. It's just that the comment section goes up by the time I get to the message or do the reading for the person, pulling the message, it then jumps back down again. So, Miriuna, say yes, and the universe will echo it back to you. Say yes, say yes. Basically, this is about aligning yourself to the universe as well and taking care of yourself as well. Remember that the stars align in interesting ways, and sometimes we don't know why they align in certain ways. But if you say yes to it, if there's a patch or a period of time where you're like, oh, I hate what's happening right now, say yes to it. It's okay. It's okay if it's like that. Your time will also come. It's true what they say about not judging a book by its cover. Strong, okay, strong message. To be honest, I think we all do this. When I saw this book, okay, also when I saw this book, I know this is like unrelated because judging a book by its cover is really to do with anything, right? Whether it's people, whether it's places, situations. But when I saw this book, I was like, I don't know what this is all about. I don't know what's going to be in it. It's like bright pink, you know, is it going to be like full of unicorns and fairies and stuff like that? But, you know, I was really surprised when I opened it up and it's just a very, very simple book. So you'll be really surprised, right? When you judge something from the outside, you know, you look at this and you go, oh, it's green. I'm not really sure I like the color green. I'm not really sure about this and that. But actually, it's the freaking 10 of Pentacles. You know what I mean? So I think this is a big message for so many of you is try not to judge someone from just their looks or judge someone, you know, a career just based on these sort of external things. It's really about looking internally as well. I think that's really important as well. Really important, actually, in many ways. I do this a lot also with tarot cards. When I purchase tarot cards, you know, the boxes look so exciting and then I get the cards and I'm like, wow, okay, that was disappointing. Or the other way around where it's like, oh my God, the box is so boring. And then actually the tarot cards are like amazing. So remember, this happens with all other aspects of life. It's a little bit like YouTube videos as well. You might click on a YouTube video and you might think, thumbnail is like really clickbaity, need to watch it, and then you're disappointed. Or you might come across something on YouTube and you'll be like, oh my God, this looks terrible, but the title is interesting. So I guess I'll just watch it. And then it's the most amazing video you find, right? Right. So this is a big message for many, many of you. Try not to judge a book by its cover, but just anything in general. Try not to judge it from the exterior, judge it from the interior as well. You'll be really surprised what you find as well. And that goes for friendships, it goes for relationships, it goes for companies, it goes also very much so for items in your day-to-day life, because you know, that's the thing. That is literally the thing. You know, some people, and this is also something I see a lot, is some people, you know, think like, oh my God, you know, you're wearing a designer shirt, you must be really wealthy. Not always the case, right? Just because you see someone driving a Ferrari doesn't necessarily mean they're wealthy. In fact, they could have just spent all of their money buying that Ferrari. Okay, so do not always judge a book by its cover. Okay, and just because someone is wearing something wealthy or they have something wealthy, they could have spent their entire life savings on that particular item, for example. Okay, so just something to also keep in mind as well. That's a big message for many of you. Okay, sorry, I know I've just been rambling on about that, and a lot of you are like, no, I want my message, please. Okay, Sonia, you can and should do better. All right, so pretty big message here. I think you know deep down that there's so much, and this is not just necessarily in regards to like someone specifically. This is also in regards to like how you feel as well, and how much you give out in terms of the connection as well. Not necessarily just in terms of communication, but more so how you also feel as well, right? So perhaps it's also about controlling emotions as well, and just really looking after yourself as well in terms of self-love as well. Okay. Page 22, Mira. Well, you know, the sad thing about this particular book is it doesn't have page numbers, but I'll count, okay? Because 22 is not a lot for me to count. If you said like 101, I'd be like, I just can't, Mira. I can't. But page 22, I will try, okay? Hold on a second. Let me see. Let me start from the first one. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Exercising empathy means not throwing your weight around. That's really true. Okay, really, really true. So that is your message. Okay. Lily Bell. Yeah, so Mira, I've already answered your question. I think this is a little bit backlogged. So you guys are, I don't know if mine is backlogged or if your chat is backlogged. Something is backlogged. Okay, anyways. You are a child of love connected to all space and time. Remember, the universe is also in sync with your energy. So, you know, what it is that you want sometimes is also going through its own process. So trust the process, that it will come to you and it will progress for you as well. That things will manifest, the stars will align. Okay, so trust the progress. Okay, so Antonio, we don't need to comprehend our higher powers plan for us. We just need to allow it. Ooh, okay. Just allow it. Natural flow, natural direction. We don't need to comprehend it. We don't need to like plan for it. You know, be like, oh yeah, this needs to happen at this time. This needs to happen at this time. This needs to happen at this time. Just, you know, allow it to naturally happen, naturally progress. What have we got here? Layla? We got two, okay, because like I have to get two messages for you. One thing at a time, and hold on, I'm just trying to read sideways. And each when it's time. Yeah, so take one thing at a time. That's what it's saying here. So, you know, this can also be like one person at a time, one situation at a time in terms of like what you're trying to do. Yeah, that's the best thing. And then this other one here says it's not about having the most, it's about needing the least. That's really interesting as well. So also in terms of love, you know, sometimes people have such crazy expectations, needs to be like this, but true love can also be like not needing everything, needing the least. Oh, I need to pick one. Let's go with this one. Twin flame. Okay. Oh, the ability to adapt is a survival skill. So adapting to the twin flame connection, accepting it, knowing that it is the way it is also part of getting through it and being able to deal with it at the same time. Okay. Kunsh. Oh. Don't be fooled. This isn't where it ends. Okay, so there's still more coming for you in terms of love. That's what I see here. This isn't where it ends. So it's not going to be stuck. Doc Georges DMD. Hello. This is a sign you've been waiting for. There's a sign in this, and this sign here is that there's more to come. That's what I feel, okay? There's something quite special waiting in the wings, which is going to be eventually released to you in time. Career path. Oh, there was two. Hold on a second. Yeah, there's two here because it went between sort of two. So it says here, seeing yourself through someone else's eyes is illuminating. Gwenail, I hope I said your name right. So yeah, that's pretty big. Envision seeing yourself from your spirit guides, because your spirit guides want to protect you. They love you. This also goes for others of you as well. Like see yourself from their perspective because they love you. They want to protect you. They want to do so much for you. And I think that will make you feel warm. It will make you feel happy as well. And this other message says, it's not that serious, honey. Relax, okay? Relax. Also in terms of your career path as well. Like this to me says it's gonna be okay. See what we have here. Oh, it's not going, okay. Did we answer a question for you? I think we already answered one of yours, so I'm just going to give an opportunity to someone else here. Okay. So it says here, what you can't stand in others is an unresolved part of you, which is very, very true. Okay. So if you have issues with someone else and the way that they are, remember this is also can be an unresolved part of you. So perhaps it could be something from childhood, the way that you were treated. Perhaps people never validated you or gave you what you really wanted. There could be codependency or, you know, something like that I'm picking up on. So it's important here to also work on yourself. I'm not particularly saying that you have codependency or anything like that, but there's something that I'm just giving examples here because many of you could be seeing this message and be thinking, wow, you know, that's like something I really need to hear. But it's also about sort of adapting to your shadow side, which we mentioned right at the beginning of this particular video, right? That was one of the big messages for the universe, which was really coming through for everyone in that sense to a certain degree, is to work on our shadow aspect and to heal our shadow. So that message is also quite strong for you as well, like healing that shadow aspect. I can't really give you, you know, because I was like, okay, you know, we can't really connect to a specific person necessarily, or a soulmate or a twin flame, but I'll give you a message just in general. But remember, you know, this is obviously connecting to someone quite specific since it is a twin flame. But your message here is visualize what you want and then make sure it comes true. So it can also relate to your whole twin flame situation, to be honest. Super Queen, let's see. My like voice is going to give up in a second. I can just feel it. Do what you love, even if you never get paid for it. Oh, that's really interesting. This is about following your passion, following your dreams in that sense as well. And even if it's not something you necessarily get money from, it's also about like how it makes you feel as well. Okay, that's really important. Oh, okay, we've already done a message for you. That's why I've skipped over yours. It's not to say that I don't want to read for you, because I've already read a message for you. It's just let's give someone else a bit of time. Oh, we're over the 2-hour mark, but I want to pull more messages. So I'll do that, you know, until I get a bit, my voice gets a bit croakier. Okay, so for love, it says, we all share the same purpose, to love and to be loved. That's literally your love message. It's that self-explanatory. I keep like hitting my hand against the divination dice. 1 second. Oh, the hand is like, whoa. Okay, hold on a second. Let me just read this comment. 1 second. Oh, thank you, Shannon. Can I have a career advice, please? Ask for a sign to appear in your dream and you'll see. Okay, so ask for a sign in regards to your career to appear in your dreams, and then I'd say probably give it like 3 months. Okay, the reason I say 3 months is, I don't know, there's something about the spirit guide saying 3 months, which they clearly want to share with you. But I mean, that's kind of strange because, you know, we were not going to get too personal here, but there's something about 3 months. Okay, just keep that in mind. Regardless, here it says ask for a sign to appear in a dream. So I think your career is going to be quite telling in terms of your dreams. So keep a little diary, and what I would say is keep it on the side. Keep it on the side. You'll be really surprised. And then what you can do is you can go to Google and type in what those specific dreams mean as well, and get some dream interpretations for free. Dr. Google. Dr. Google, always at people's rescues. I tell you, you know, Dr. Google is a is everything, right? Helps us with everything. Right, so let's go. Yes, of course. Let's see, Shayla. Da, 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 da. Let it go, let it go. Frozen reference, right, with the song, but let it go. If it's too heavy, let it go. Let it go. There you go. Let go of anything that's really just weighing you down. I'm going to turn the page here for you, Crystal. It's time to get to work. It's time to get to work. Okay, that is literally your financial message. Like, it's time to get to work. It's time to do things, to be proactive, and not to step aside or leave things hanging too much. Oh, we already read yours. Let me see who else is we haven't done yet. Vivian. Oh, it's just like opened up on this one. Sit still and listen. Sometimes when we sit still, right, and we just listen to our inner thoughts or what's coming through, it can be very, very telling. And sometimes just sitting still and really listening also to our breath can really help us to understand our bodies more as well. So what I would say here is, if you do meditate, you may see certain signs and synchronicities in meditation that can really help you in that sense. And when you sit still, as some, you know, a lot of times people tend to like doze off and they go to sleep, and then in those dreams they can also see a lot of signs and synchronicities also in regards to love. So what I would say is pay attention to those moments where you're sitting still and these like messages come into your mind. It can really help you to guide you in terms of love. Michelle. Lack is a construct that would see us deprive others. So, you know, when we sometimes think like, oh, okay, well, I was just going to pull you a normal message. I didn't actually see that you mentioned soulmate sign, so obviously I can't pull you a message specifically for your soulmate here. But what I will say is that it says here that lack is a construct that would see us deprive others. So when we think like, oh, this person lacks this, they lack that, they lack this, they lack that, you know, it's essentially we're depriving others, you know, in that sense. But also we have to look after ourselves as well. So just know that that is part of the balance. I'm going to pull you another message as well, because that one is a bit of a complicated one, but don't stop believing. All right, so don't stop believing in regards to the areas that you're trying to manifest, but also just know that if someone lacks something, either you move away from it or you try not to continue to like devalue what they don't have, because it doesn't match you in that sense. And I'm not just saying that like in a negative way, but sometimes, yeah, you know, some people will stay in certain situations with certain people and they will continue to say like, oh, this person doesn't have this, they don't have that, they don't have this. And then I'll say, well, why not move from that person? You know, if it bugs you so much that they can't give you what it is that you want, then why are you still staying in it? So it's just something for many of you that are also watching this as well. Remember that if someone isn't giving you something and you continue to say like, oh, but they don't do this, they don't do that, and they don't do this, then sometimes, you know, we have to like see that that is a sign as well. La 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 la. Okay, Aaron, let me see. If it doesn't feel right today, it won't feel right tomorrow. Big message. This is also in regards to your financial side as well. If something feels off, it could feel off tomorrow as well. And for many of you that are watching this as well, this is a big, big sign, okay, that if you just so happen to pay attention to this message, like remember this in regards to matters of love, matters in terms of career, matters in terms of like toxic friendships as well. If it doesn't feel right today, it's important to note that the change may not be so soon as tomorrow. Okay, it can take a lot of time for things to feel right and for things to change as well. So always know that it won't just magically happen tomorrow. So I think also, Aaron, in terms of your sort of situation, it's really important here to also make sure that you're looking out for red flags in terms of sort of financial situations, career situations as well. Like trust your gut also in regards to these aspects. Oh, Lydia, there we go. Sorry, it just like scrolled up. So cleanse yourself and your space, perhaps some sage. If you don't have sage, that's totally fine. You know, what I would really suggest is that cleansing can also be doing like a salt bath. But if you don't have a bath, then you can also do like a salt shower, they call it as well, where you sort of like put a bit of, you know, salt on you. And I think it's described online basically, but it's not like showering yourself with salt necessarily, but it's kind of like applying salt and kind of trying to do it in that way. But yeah, cleansing yourself and your space can be really, really helpful. This can also be getting rid of clutter as well. I know I need to do that with my space because, let's be honest, I have a lot of stuff going on. Like my pendulum is even hanging out there in the back. It's just so random because it's not really supposed to be there, to be honest. So, you know, things like that, just trying to cleanse your space, trying to cleanse the things around you can really help you as well. Louis, 89. Can't forget the 89. Okay, so you don't need to have everything figured out all the time. You don't have to have your love life figured out all the time. Okay, sometimes things just like naturally progress, naturally manifest. Sonia, let me see. Hold on, one sec. Oh, wow. Okay. So life has a way of mirroring back to you what needs addressing. Okay. So if there are certain things that come into your mind that come, especially in regards to love, there are certain things that make you feel uneasy. Just remember that these are things that we can also work on. So think about all the things that you get mirrored to you where you think like, oh, that's so random that that's come into my thoughts and it matches the area of my love, right? So think about that aspect and then think about what needs to be addressed and how you can work through that. Because the thing I see with these two cats is it's almost like karma, right? What goes around sort of comes around, not in a bad way. Okay, I'm not saying that in a bad way, but sometimes the universe will try and teach us the same lessons over and over again until we learn the lessons. So sometimes that's really important. Perhaps it's also working on self-love, taking care of yourself as well, right? The universe will continue to push you towards that sort of energy until you do it. So I think that's a really important message here. But also in terms of love as well, sometimes we have to learn certain lessons to break certain patterns that can allow us to feel the love that we really want to feel. Magnifique. How is my French? How is my French? Magnifique. Okay, so any love messages for me for my current situation? Was it ever truly yours to begin with? That's a good question to ask. actually, with multiple areas of your life, okay? Was it ever truly yours to begin with? Let's see another message as well, because you might be like, oh my God, that's not what I want to hear. But actually, that's not necessarily bad, right? Because the thing is, right, sometimes we feel like someone is ours, but actually, they're not really ours when we think about it. They're just their own person, right? So it's also important to notice that they have their own personality, they have themselves, they have their own stuff going on for them. They just enhance our life, but they don't, like, we don't own people, right? So it says here, set firmer boundaries, let only the best things pass through. Okay, so perhaps this is a message here of just setting, stronger boundaries, really taking care of yourself, looking after yourself first as well. Very, very important. Let's keep going. Alan, where are you gone? Where have you gone? Alan, I'm looking for your message. Okay, because I saw it and I was like, I'm gonna click on yours, and it just jumped because that's what my comments section seems to be doing. It just jumps randomly. So I was like, no, Alan, come back. Nothing is missing from your life that you can't replace yourself. That's really important message. Sometimes we feel like this is missing, but actually we can actually put those things in place ourselves as well. Nina, let's see. Tell the whole truth always. Perhaps this can also be in regards to like, when you really love someone or really care for someone, sometimes we make excuses for them. Or if they don't quite treat us the way we want to, we'll be like, oh no, that's fine. Maybe they were just like this, or maybe they were tired, or maybe always be truthful to yourself as well in regards to how someone treats you. That's what I'm seeing here. Tell the whole truth always, whether it's to other people, whether it's to yourself. Yeah, that's really important, and I think that's more so to do with love and the people that you are involved with. Like, always be truthful with how they are treating you. Be truthful to yourself and others as well. Because, sometimes making excuses for people, it's like, yeah, you give them a chance, but, be truthful as well. That's more so a sense of protection for you, which actually is a good thing. Christina, love message. Wow, I could do this for hours, even though my throat is literally giving up on me. But I will stop at some point. But everyone has a shadow self. Be willing to peek at yours, and you'll learn a lot. So addressing your shadow self can really help you in regards to your love life. And it was one of the first messages I gave at the beginning of this live stream, where I mentioned that this full moon that happened in the sign of Taurus was very, very important, because it's making us look at those bits that we're so inflexible with, the bits that we're so fixed with, that we don't want to work on. So what I would say, to improve your love life, take a look at your shadow self. And everybody else watching this particular live stream, shadow self. Work on your shadow self. Acknowledge those difficult bits. You know what that's going to do? The universe is going to be like, wow, you're not just like running away from yourself. You're actually accepting yourself. That really helps you as well. Let's see what else we have. Christine. So we had Christina, now we got Christine. Okay. I just had to check for a second. I was like, okay. Refuse to be defined by your circumstances. Big, strong message. All right. Look, right now we have the pandemic, but let's be honest, people don't want to be defined by that. So why should you then also be defined by other aspects of your life, right? Like, if you're going through a hard time, you're not going to like define yourself by that. So do what people are doing during this time. They're not trying to get defined by this whole virus situation, are they? So that's what I would say here, is refuse to be defined by your circumstances. Whether someone around you has said something or done something, that does not define you, right? Doesn't define you. This pandemic also does not define many of you and your worth and your ability. It's just very important, and also for you as well, Christine. Okay. Da 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 da. Hi, Sally. Hello. Should we actually, let's pull your message. I'm going to turn the page by a couple of pages. No one is responsible for the way you react but you. Yeah, okay, that's pretty self-explanatory, right? So if I said something really mean, I'm responsible for it. None of you are responsible for it, right? So it just goes in that sense as well. Like, what you say, you're responsible for. So sometimes it's just about accepting that as well. So it's pretty self-explanatory. Eric Vivo. If everyone else jumped off a bridge, would you do it? I hope not, Eric. Okay, I hope not. This is basically about just not always following the crowd, because sometimes you feel like, okay, if everyone's doing this, I need to do this, but you don't know where that crowd is headed. So that's really important. Listen to your gut, listen to yourself, listen to yourself. Do I need to go in that direction? Just because everyone else is going in that direction? Just because everybody else wants love right now, is that really what I need right now? Okay. It's important to ask yourself, just because everyone is doing that for a living, do I need to be doing that for a living as well? So, in terms of success and career, note that down. Do I always need to be following the crowd? That's a big message here. Oh, Nina, we've already answered your question. Yeah, we've got some repeats here. Lisa? The noise in your head isn't helping anymore. See it for what it is. It's a very important thing. So if you have a lot of stuff that you're either ruminating on or overthinking about, try not to let that overrule everything else you're doing. I think that's really quite important here. Okay, Roxanne. Oh, there's a song which has the name Roxanne. It goes like Roxanne. Is it by Post Malone? I don't know. I just thought of that straight away. I don't know the rest of the lyrics, to be honest. Okay. So it says here, in regards to your confusing love life, it says, if you want the truth, simply strip away every illusion. It's a pretty big message, right? That's what I would tell you, is try not to look at the illusions, try and look at things for what they are. Very, very important indeed. Oh, we've already read yours, Lisa. I think we already read yours. Yeah, yes. Thank you very much. I always feel like my French is really, really bad. I did take French in school, to be honest, but it doesn't really count, in all honesty, because I just never practiced afterwards, and I did it for it was like 3 years, I think, in school. But to be honest, doing it for as little as you do it in school, for me, was not enough for me to keep it in my mind. Because after that, never did it, Okay, yep. I think we already pulled your message, Angeline. So yes, we already pulled your message. Oh, Roxanne, we've already done yours as well. Suki? See, career message. Sometimes it's not about you. This might seem really bizarre. And do you know what? In the context of, say, for example, love, it makes a lot of sense, because it's to do with like someone else, their own issues. I think that also has context towards your career as well, where sometimes, if you really want something in terms of your career, it's not about you, but also about the structure, the people that you're working around, the people that are like above you in that sense, in terms of the structure of the work environment. It's about them as well, and what they're doing, how they're saying things, the decisions they're making. So in terms of like career, that's the kind of message I have here. Sometimes it's not necessarily about you, it's also about them, which I think is really interesting. So something to keep in mind. So you may feel a little bit powerless at times, not always. And it says here, self-belief is the key to any form of motivation. So believe in yourself, okay, because that is the key. It is the key to any form of motivation. So the things that you do, the things that you say, etc. I wouldn't say that's a bad message. I think it's actually very eye-opening. Okay, so Marilisa, all signs point to yes. All right, I think there's something very positive that's going to happen in time. Oh, okay, love message. Oh, I really like this crown. Right there, okay. Stand in your power, you are strong, you are sovereign. Okay, so stand in your power. This is really about standing in your power, and then everything else starts to shape up around you. That's what I would say. So I can't really answer questions like this because they are more personal, and this is a live stream, which is public. So, I mean, if you wanted just a normal message, let me know. Jinx Chew. Let's see, love message, okay. Let's see, Jinx. So, the best relationships are with people that teach us more about ourselves. Okay. more about ourselves. Is like, this is not to say that it has to be difficult to the point where you learn so much and so much about like other things, but this is also about like learning about yourself and feeling strong, feeling confident, and actually developing your wings as well. I think we already did a message for you. I'm just trying to give an opportunity to someone who has not had a single message. Patrice? To doubt is a spiritual act. Isn't that so interesting? Try not to doubt in regards to your love life, all right? Doubt also causes friction, and it's also a spiritual act, right? You're throwing energy into it, and that can also manifest. So try not to doubt. That's what I would say, Patrice. Yes, I cannot look into a specific person. Remember, this is a public live stream, so things like this we can look into private readings, but I'm doing general messages for different areas. Okay, just thought I'd mention that. General messages, not tied to a specific person. Okay, you can request like if you want it for love or for career, from the universe, about your spiritual path, but I cannot answer for a specific person. Anyways, apocalyptic condition says money message, please. Tell the whole truth, always. I think this can also help to manifest more money as well. The more like truthful you are, like being truthful also can be at times hard, but remember the hard thing is the right thing. So that's very interesting here. Something about truth can allow you to really manifest much more. So love message here for you, Abigail. If you don't examine your wounds, how can you expect to clean them? Okay, so look at the things that are uncomfortable, the things that do hurt. You got to clean them. You got to put salt on your wounds. No, wait, hold on a second. No, that's not the right thing. What cleans wounds? What is this special medicine that you put on wounds and it like burns? And for some reason I thought it was salt, but it's not salt, is it? It's not salt, is it? But it hurts a lot. So you've got to like do that first, and it can hurt, but it's about like cleaning, that aspect as well. So examine the things that make you feel uncomfortable, because yeah, that's frustrating, and that also can really help in regards to your love life. Oh, okay, yes. We'll get a message out. I thought you were asking about something. So it says here, conviction is a light that can never be blown out. That's really interesting, right? It's a light that can never be blown out. So have conviction. Look after yourself. Take care of yourself. I think that's really important as well. Just like that sort of Libra energy as well, right? Libra energy is about balance. It's also about karma as well. It's about what you put out, you get back. You can't take away your own energy, because that's you. You can't take away yourself, really, in that sense, right? La 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 la. Lucia? Not sure how to pronounce your name. Do apologize. You don't ever see your North Star. You just trust you have one. That's a good message. A really good message. Just trust that you've got that North Star guiding you. Desiree? I was like, I'll stay until like 2 hours has passed, and we're almost at 2.5 hours. Okay. You don't need to have everything figured out all the time. That's what we've got there. You don't have to have it all figured out, okay, Desiree? I know sometimes you really want to, but yeah, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean salt on your wounds. Basically, they say like not to rub salt in your wounds. That's. I meant basically medicine, like healing. Lols. Do we already do a message for you? I can't remember, but I'll give you one anyways. Without failure, we would never learn. I'm going to do 3 more, all right, because my energy is like running out. Let's see what else comes through, okay? Steffi. Love. You don't ever see, oh, it's the same one. Okay, wow, okay. So you don't ever see your North Star, you just trust you have one. So believe that there's something leading you to something much greater. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 more. I don't really understand the question marks, to be honest. Remember, when I look at the live stream, a lot of comments go by, so I can't see what you've written previously, keeping that in mind. Okay. I'll pull your message. Maybe you were asking about that. I'm not really sure, to be honest. But remember, when you put like question marks, I don't know what you're referring to. Sometimes it's not about you. Okay, well, that's a really interesting message. Here, let me pull another one, because this also shows that, like, sometimes, you know, how someone treats you is not about you, it's more about themselves, so keep that in mind. Can you see yourself through their eyes? So you know, sometimes we have to look at ourselves through other people's eyes to understand, like, you know, if someone is not treating you well, like, sometimes you have to look at yourself through their eyes to understand, like, okay, well, I guess they're not treating me well, so why am I still sticking around or doing so much more? You know, sometimes we have to put ourselves in that perspective, but then also seeing ourselves through the eyes of someone that really loves us and cares for us, and being like, wow, you know, they care so much about us, like, let me spend more time with that person. You know, it's just very eye-opening. I was going to do one more, but maybe I'll do a bonus one as well, because let's see. Sitlali. If everyone else jumped off a bridge, would you do it? Would you do it? I hope not. This, in terms of your career, is not necessarily always about following the crowd. So that's just a message for you. Again, try not to follow the crowd is the message coming through. But, you know, sometimes in life we have to. Okay, I might pull one more. I'm sorry, guys, if I was not able to answer your message. I apologize, but this is going to be the last one because my energy is completely drained, and I must have pulled a lot of messages today. Okay. Okay, let's see. And it's a cliche because it's true. You need to follow your heart. All right, follow your heart. That's a big, big, big message. So that was the last message. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I know that so many of you are still wanting messages, but that is pretty much it. That's the best I can do. My throat is literally giving up on me. I'm going to go drink some tea. It's 10 p.m. now where I am, so I really do apologize, but I will most likely do this again at some point because it was a lot of fun, and hopefully the messages that I got out to many of you was helpful. And if not, remember, you can click at any point of the video as well when it's posted, and you can click wherever you want, and then you might get a message as well that might resonate to your situation. You know, even if it is for someone else, it might make a lot of sense for you as well. So the video will be posted on my YouTube channel, and then you can sort of just click wherever you want, and hopefully, you know, you can use those messages as well. So I really hope that helped. Yes, that's cool. Thanks, guys. Means a lot. Good night. We will speak very, very soon. All right. I'll keep doing these, and I'm sure that, you know, for those of you that missed out, we will pick messages, but you can still, you know, use this video as a reference for multiple messages as well, because a lot of very important messages did come through. So yes, thank you very much, everyone. Yes, I have to reset my throat chakra, you know. It's like burning now. Okay, so take care, everyone. Blessings to you all as well. Oh, I love soft rain. It's my favorite. I love listening to rain as well. Okay, so take care, everyone, and I'll see you very soon, and regular videos will be posted on my YouTube channel. Right, take care.